Edmonton Sports Talk. My God, I love this.
My name's Jay Milne. #Blue.
Our sports update deliverer, the Coop.
I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up today. You know what, Reid? You might be on this.
All right, here's what's going on in the nest.
I dare someone to throw a live bat at me. Who knows what I might do in honor of Ozzy Osbourne, who has passed away today at the age of 76. The Edmonton Elks continue to practice, still splitting reps at quarterback between Cody Fajardo and Trey Ford. They are in Regina on Friday to play the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Of course, we're ramping you up for that game all week long, and our pre- and post-game coverage Friday night starts at 6 with the Green and Gold Kickoff Show with my buddy Jason Milne and my other buddy Matthew Awanek, and then they're on after the game as well for the Green and Gold post-game show as the Elks try to get into the win column for just the second time this season. Also this afternoon, some Oilers discussion. We're going to look at some of the team's depth scoring from the last couple of years and how it may or may not be replaced by the players either moving into the lineup or perhaps looking to bounce back. Our old buddy Jamie Thomas is going to join us out of the Winnipeg. We just like talking to him, really. So we're having him on the show.
I don't even know what we're going to talk about.
We'll figure out something once we get there. But he's always a blast to have on the show. And, of course, we are happy to hear from you. Several ways by which you can reach us. One of the most common is using the texting function on your cellular telephone. 780-218-9999 is the afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino, featuring Italia Restaurant, home of the $6.99 brunch special from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Sundays. You can email reid@edmontonsportstalk.com, Reid, R-E-I-D, J@edmontonsportstalk.com. You can also converse with us and with each other in what we call the nasty chat, the chat function on our YouTube stream. It's off and running already, and if you are in YouTube, please give us a thumbs up, give us a like, hit the little thumbs up button. We try to get at least 100 likes every single show. So, the Coob is here, by the way, Zachary Kubish, our sports update deliverer and our technical producer, as we continue to move through our final week here at what soon will no longer be the Edmonton Sports Talk Global HQ. It's looking a little different. Every day I walk in, things are taken down, moved, boxed up. The last couple of days for me, it's definitely felt like a little bit of a different place, just with things getting disassembled or moved.
It's much more hollow.
Yeah.
I mean, I brought in some tools today, took down the hoop, took down the prominent EST sign that on the door of the entrance to the studio.
Right.
So, yeah, it's getting a little bit hollow in here. I think you'll have to refer to this as HQ1.
Yeah, what do we call it? Maybe it'll be
HQOG.
Maybe we give them letters. You know how the Enterprise had letters?
I do
in
not.
Star Trek, like the first
sure
one was
don't.
NCC 1701, then
you
it was
tell
NCC.
Me anything.
Like the Enterprise with Jean-Luc Picard was, I believe, NCC 1701D.
Who could forget?
Well, when they were in a time warp, they might have forgotten.
I think it's just HQ1. Because who knows how many HQs?
That's true.
Or the original HQ?
I think the new one's going to last more than 23 months, though.
I think so.
Yeah. A little more permanence to it.
It's big. I mean, there's a lot of room to grow there yet.
We might have a nap room. Well, not we together. The common
Say
we.
What? Oh, yeah. Just over here to the right, you'll see Reid and Jay's
we give people a
single
tour.
bed.
It'd be like we're in a zoo, people looking through, napping.
Night, Bert. Good night, Ernie. Reid and Jay just spooning on the single mattress.
Oh, my goodness.
At 2 PM.
That would increase the show to
it's their pre-show
R
nap.
rating level.
Mm.
So, speaking of R-rated, how was your anniversary?
Well done. Well done.
Well, you did tweet something from your anniversary, did you not?
I did, yes. So it was a massive change of plans. Because it was just not the right weather to do Taste of Edmonton. But we've decided we're going to do it later this week.
Okay.
So I had purchased some clothing for my wife. See, I've tried to keep it traditional every year as a gift. But for year 18, the traditional wedding or anniversary gift is porcelain.
Oh, wow.
And I'm not like, there's just not many things porcelain based that would interest my wife.
Here's a new toilet.
Right. Like, what do you get? So I said, the hell with it. I'm going to get you some damn fine clothes that I think
have you been obeying the...
Yes.
Oh, really? I didn't know
one year was paper.
I didn't know anybody actually did that.
Sure. The traditional one.
The traditional one. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever heard anybody doing that before, except when maybe you're buying for somebody else and they've hit 20, 25, 50, something like that.
No,
Good for you guys.
1 year was wood, 1 year was leather, 1 year was paper, like just different things, right? So I got her a couple nice outfits.
Now, hold on.
According
to the knot.com, it doesn't even have anything for 18.
Porcelain.
It has nothing.
That's incorrect.
Well, where did you find this?
April told me that.
Oh, here it is. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Oh, there's a bunch of different stuff. Traditional gift, porcelain.
Yep.
Modern gift, porcelain.
Porcelain.
So some of them, the traditional and modern is different. Color, blue. Gemstone, cat's eye.
Okay, color blue.
Flower, none.
So I got her a blue outfit from a place in West Edmonton Mall.
Okay.
And it was matching. She's not really one to wear matching outfits, like top, bottom, like that style. So I said, okay, here's this gift, but if you want to throw a curveball into everything, you can look at it, try it on when I got home from work, see what you think. And it was good. She wasn't sure about the pants. So I'm like, here's what we do. Let's go to West Edmonton Mall. They've got a Japanese village there.
All right.
They've got this store that I bought this from. So you can go pick whatever you want.
Right.
So it was a great night. We ended up going there. She went through. It was fantastic. It was nice. It was quick. And then we were going to go to Japanese village. But then I saw the taco shop where we went for our Christmas party. And I'm like, okay. Because we were going to the Japanese village for me. And I'm like, no. We got to go to the taco shop because this place is off the charts.
Yeah, good place.
So we went there and had a lovely dinner. They brought out a plate of churros for us for dessert for our anniversary.
Oh, sweet.
It was a great night. Awesome night. Wasn't late. Perfect. Got to bed at a normal time.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's
the important things.
I'm not married, but it sounds like that's appropriate for 18 years of marriage.
Yeah.
So my parents are coming up on 55 years in a couple of weeks.
How many?
55. They were married in 1970.
Wow.
Traditional gift.
That's fantastic.
I'm sure they'll appreciate that, or knowing my parents perhaps not care. Traditional gift, emerald. Modern gift, emerald. Color, emerald green. Gemstone, alexandrite. I don't know what that is. Flower, green goddess, calla lily. So it appears the colored green and emerald is big for 55 years. So I guess that's I'm drawing them a picture of the Green Goblin. That's what they're getting. Well, you've never seen my homemade cards.
I have. You've shown me.
Right. So I save old file folders.
Yeah.
And I'll cut the tab off. Because for a while, when I was living in a condo building about 15 years ago now, even a little more than that, I was the treasurer for a few years. So you have a file folder for each month of all the documents and the financial reports and stuff. So I then eventually you shred that stuff, or when I moved, I passed some of it on to the next treasurer. So I had all these file folders. So I cut the tab off the file folder and I make a homemade birthday card.
I've seen the
generally
drawings.
What I make for my parents or for some friends. Maybe you'll get one in October if you're lucky.
If I'm lucky.
So I put happy birthday blank on the front and I use good old crayons and draw stuff. And yes, for this year, for my parents, my mom's is in May. So she has birthday and Mother's Day. And then my Father's Day was in June. I followed along how to draw certain superheroes on YouTube.
Yeah, they're good.
They're relatively simple to draw. Like they're almost kind of like the big heads.
Yeah, they're like kids
style.
Yeah.
But they were fun. They're fun to do. So I'll have to do. So now my parents know what they're getting in their card. They'll probably forget by the time it rolls around.
Probably.
So I'll do Green Goblin, and then you'll get something in October.
Ooh.
Or maybe
can't
I'll
wait.
just do a special scene for you.
I can't imagine what that
You'll have a
scene
little
would
adventure.
be.
Jay on the high seas.
Choose your adventure.
What comic should I draw for Jay? Post it in the nasty chat for his birthday card. So anyway, yeah, I do homemade cards sometimes.
Ah, it's a good skill.
What were we talking about? Your anniversaries. The traditional anniversary gifts. Yeah, so I'm seeing this, that there are modern... So this is anniversary gifts by year. Is this for spouse to get spouse, or is this for outsiders to get the couple? Or both?
Who? I mean, I don't know what you'd get for...
Well, okay, but if when you hit 20 or 25, maybe a sibling or a close friend or a co-host is going to get you in April something.
Nope.
So when you guys hit 20, maybe I'll be like, you know what? I'll get the old married couple something. So
here's a card.
So traditional for 20th is China, and modern is platinum.
Okay, so get me some
I could get you
platinum
something.
China.
Yeah, I'll get you some platinum China for you in April in 2 years from now. To-do list. I'll put it in my calendar.
I don't think. Yeah, I think it's for husband to wife.
It's
or
only
wife
husband to wife. Oh, it's within.
I mean, I don't know.
I thought it was also advice for what to get a married couple.
Yeah, maybe, but who would get it something for a married couple that's 18 years?
Yeah, some random year. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a gift guy. I don't receive
I should start
gifts.
doing that for some of my close friends. Just like, hey, what anniversary you coming up? Like, we're like 34.
Here's a ream of paper.
Yeah. Said the color was brown. Here's a bag of sand. A little bit of dirt mixed in. What?
Yeah. I know. It's over the top.
No, I know. I didn't want to wait for 50, so...
I've always looked at that and known what it is. Some are easier than others. Like for the wood one, I got her a wooden jewelry box from that. There's like a Orient store on White Ave, east of the Orient or something.
Okay,
or it used to be there. They have kind of neat like beech wood kind of.
Oh, neat. That's
stuff.
a nice keepsake.
Yeah,
thoughtful, useful.
Yeah, didn't go over well.
Didn't okay.
That's back when I had the furniture store. I think it ended up as a display piece at the furniture store. I think I gave it away in our closing house.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're like, hey,
Just
buy
get
a
rid of
couch.
it.
Get this.
Yeah.
Makes a great anniversary
It was
gift.
actually a spice box.
Oh, okay.
But you could say it would be used as a jewelry box as well.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yep.
Well, good for you. I'm glad. I know. Joking aside, I'm glad you had a great anniversary.
Great night. Yeah.
April is lovely. I think she's a fan of Reid Wilkins as well.
Oh, yeah.
So at least tolerates me, which is good.
Big fan. The girls are big fans too.
And, but Coop's the one in the
Coop
family.
the corgi is always
That's
big and
really
watch
the star
you
of the
on
Milne
YouTube.
family for me. Yeah.
All
right. We have a lot to discuss this afternoon. Jay's anniversary aside. Well, no, I'm not going to tease the other thing yet. Jay's going to follow up on something from yesterday that I think is going to be quite fun.
Yes.
It's related to a gift, but we think it's going to be pretty amazing.
It will be.
They're my mom. So these are the pictures I showed you?
Yes, they're good.
Yeah.
I don't know. You should text that to Coob. Show the world your drawings, Reid.
Well, I just copied them off. I don't know how to send them.
Well, you know my name is Simon, and I like to do drawings.
That was Mike Myers on Saturday Night Live. Okay, so Ozzy Osbourne passed away. Ozzy Osbourne, 76 years of age.
Yeah, that's stuff.
He would be an icon for sure. So Jay and I were discussing because it's not about ranking people so much, but we were discussing just how the name Ozzy Osbourne is known. Okay, so the off-topic topic, there's an off-topic topic about Ozzy, but then I think there's another discussion we're going to have about Ozzy that'll lead us into some sports, some athletes as well. The off-topic topic for William Huff: since 1952, William Huff has provided industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of valued clients. Their unparalleled customer service, combined with decades of industry expertise and a desire to make every job the very best it can be, is what they call the William Huff Advantage. Visit their website at williamhuff.com or give them a shout, 780-454-4536. We want an Ozzy Osbourne memory or favorite moment, or maybe you saw Ozzy or Black Sabbath live, or both. Tell us about it. We want to know.
Have you seen Ozzy live?
I have not seen Ozzy live. I wouldn't consider myself an Ozzy Osbourne fan.
Right. Me not. Like,
I mean, I know some songs. I know he's very popular with some people.
I mean, he was the Prince of Darkness, right? Was that his?
I'm sure he still is.
His name. Well, he's taken that hold. But that was just. He was just a weird guy. Seemed to enjoy a lot of drugs.
Yes, probably alcohol too.
Probably. I mean, he was
a lot of
rock
substances.
star.
Yes.
I would probably have most connection through the reality show,
Right.
Meet the Osbournes, than any of his actual work. I mean, there's obviously the story of him ripping the head of a
threw a bat on stage, and he allegedly
Like, that's true.
that apparently happened. Somebody
Okay.
threw a bat on stage, and he bit the head off.
And then there was. Have you ever watched the movie The Dirt? It's the Motley Crue
No,
story.
I've only read the book. Yeah, Koob was asking me about that earlier
Okay,
today.
so
before
you should
got
watch it, actually. I thought it was pretty well done. It's on Netflix.
Right,
But at one point, they were touring with Ozzy Osbourne
right.
in their early days of success. And Ozzy Osbourne apparently did some pretty crazy things. Like, at one point, he consumed ants off the pool deck
Right.
through a straw. He also consumed other bodily fluids of his own. That was all depicted in the movie.
Right.
Now, I looked into that, and that's not known whether that's actual fact or, like, Motley Crue
Some of
says it
these
happened.
in rock and roll for sure.
Ozzy
Yeah.
could not recollect it. Well,
Yeah, and if you're a rock star,
I bet you there's a lot of things.
Why deny it? Why deny it
Yeah,
if you're a
just
rock star?
keep the
The
lore
people
going.
who are your fans aren't going to stop listening to you.
Yeah.
They want crazier the better.
So I don't have any, personal connection.
But I think we might have some people. I'm guessing we're going to have at least a few people who are massive Ozzy Osbourne fans. I think he's one of those people who inspired a following. If you were really into him, and let's face it, a large part of rock and roll is the escape for people that maybe this person who you like is living a lifestyle that you could never lead, but they're out there doing it, right? They're dressing how they want. They're sleeping with who they want. They're putting whatever they want into their body, even if those things aren't true, right? But I also wonder, with Ozzy Osbourne specifically, and to somewhat test my theory, because you and I were discussing this, we were saying to each other, is Ozzy Osbourne just known? Like, is he just known? Even if people don't know the songs, don't know the history, if you weren't alive when he was doing solo albums and with Black Sabbath, you just know Ozzy Osbourne.
Well, that would be a question you'd have to ask, like Benny or Trevor. I know Koob is into more of the heavier music anyways. So Black Sabbath was probably a band you were introduced to just through your musical preferences. But as far as, would a Benny know about an Ozzy Osbourne?
He's like an Elvis Presley. He's like a Michael Jackson.
Really?
You'd put them in the same tier.
No way.
I would think so.
No way.
I mean,
No way would Ozzy Osbourne be in that tier.
You don't think so?
No
His
way.
impact on heavy metal. He's
No
the
way.
godfather of heavy metal.
No way.
In the
He
genre,
was never as big as Elvis Presley or Michael Jackson.
but I understand
Never.
what
Even
you're
in the
saying
peak of
is
Black Sabbath.
You're saying that his he changed the rock and roll and heavy metal genre.
he's a household name, though.
Sure, but Elvis Presley was, some would say one of the early
For one of the
pioneers
first
of
rock
and
stars,
roll.
perhaps.
And
Michael Jackson was one of the biggest pop acts in the world for a long, till he passed away.
that's a good question. I mean, I understand the parallel that you're drawing. I don't know who would be the founding father of heavy metal other than, maybe Black Sabbath, Ozzy Osbourne.
I just don't think Ozzy Osbourne would not have been as mainstream.
That's true.
And this is where we're going, though. Ozzy was just sort of known. He wasn't known for being. I think at some point Ozzy Osbourne was just famous for being famous. He was famous for being Ozzy Osbourne, for being a wild guy who
guy.
mumbled, who probably did a lot of drugs, who struggled with addiction, who had this over the top wife, who was on the reality show.
I think that show
who did outrageous things. Right.
Added a lot.
So to somewhat test my theory, I phoned a former colleague at Chorus Radio at Ched, who's no longer there either, who's in her, I think she's 26. And I said, you know who Ozzy Osbourne is? She goes, definitely. She goes, like, I don't know the music, but I know he's a thing. Like, I know he's kind of
Like an entity.
wild, and I know he did stuff like, she said, I just know he's out there. I know there are memes about him. And she knows I like Def Leppard. Like she said, if the lead singer of Def Leppard died and I just heard the name, I wouldn't know who that is. But she said, hearing Ozzy Osbourne dies, she knows who that is. So I think he's kind of one of those people who was just like Calvin Van Dassler used a great word, notoriety. He was notorious. He was known for doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that persisted, I think, even after his music career. Now, it's tough, I guess, to evaluate Elvis and Michael Jackson that way because they died, what was Elvis, 44?
Quite
Did
young.
Michael Jackson make 50 or not?
I think so.
But they were, they were middle-aged at most. Like Jasmine says, I don't know one song.
He was 50. Michael Jackson,
was
50.
exactly 50. So,
Well, that's another thing, too. If you just want to put in your favorite song of Black Sabbath or...
yeah.
Because Ozzy Osbourne was different than Black Sabbath for at some point, right?
He was fired from Black Sabbath because of his issues, his drinking and stuff.
But he started out with Black Sabbath.
Yes.
That's the original.
That's the band, yeah.
So what's that song? Like, Mama, I'm Coming Home?
That's a solo song.
Okay, that's probably one of my favorites.
Yeah, that's a good song.
I like
No
that
More
song.
Tears. I
No
remember
More-
when that came out.
Right?
Yeah.
And then, what's the one? It's got a really good riff at the start.
Okay.
War Pigs?
War Pigs. Yeah.
That's Black Sabbath. Yeah.
And don't you remember, though, is that on Guitar Hero, there was a few Black Sabbath songs, too. So that brought Black Sabbath to a totally different
Good
set
point.
of ears.
Yeah, good point.
Right? I think War Pigs was on Guitar Hero.
Oh,
Actually.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah. So was Iron Man. Like that whole Paranoid album was a big one.
Iron Man, eh?
Yeah. I just think, Coob, I don't agree that he was as big as Michael Jackson or Elvis. I don't think there's... I mean, that's... To me, there's like maybe... Well, Elvis died when I was fairly young. I mean, one of the in my lifetime, I think the two biggest musical acts of all time are Michael Jackson and Taylor Swift. I think I would actually make an argument that Taylor Swift is now the most famous person who has ever lived in the history of humanity. But that's perhaps for another day. But I do think that if you said the name Ozzy to somebody, they'd probably guess you mean Ozzy Osbourne. Like, because he just occupies this space where you know who he is. Like this younger friend I talked to today, he didn't know the music, knows the memes, knows sort of, okay, he's this older, crazy rock and roll guy, whether that's a fair assessment or not. But I don't think I think musically and for a widespread appeal of music, I think there are very few people who would be on par with Elvis Presley or Michael Jackson.
Fair enough. That might have been a stretch generally, but yeah, within the community, like in rock and metal, you could kind of make those comparisons, but yeah, I agree.
Krieger says, I got to see Ozzy with Zach Wilde in concert many years ago at Rexall Place. He was already in his declining of the health part of his life, but Ozzy still sounded absolutely amazing. Blew my mind, and I still talk about the show with friends. Where was this one? Bronx the Boilermaker. Saw my first concert at 13. It was Ozzy. Came into Rexall Place on crutches. Walked out. There was a lot of smoke in the air.
That's amazing. All right.
He did note his favorite song is War Pigs.
We'll continue this discussion, and we'll take a sports angle on it as well. We do have Mark Kilam, the head coach of your Edmonton Elks, scheduled to join us at about 20 after 5 this afternoon. Jamie Thomas out of Winnipeg is going to check in. We'll talk about some Oilers depth scoring. Will they have issues or not? All ahead, but first, the Coop.
The Jays hold first in the AL East, up 4 games on the second place Yankees after winning 4-1 in their series opener last night. They rematch just after 5 o'clock. Max Scherzer getting the ball for Toronto. And around the league, the Reds and Nationals meet Nationals taking a 10-8 win over the Reds yesterday before the Brewers and Mariners go at it with Milwaukee, shutting out Seattle 6-0 yesterday. And on the road, the Riverhawks and Apple Sox open up a 3-game series. Edmonton 9-3 in the second half of the season, good for first in the North Division. Tune into the action only on EST with all of our audio streams carrying the game, which goes at 7:35. For the Commanders, multiple sources have reported that Terry McLaurin missed conditioning testing today as he seeks a new contract with the team, while in the CFL, Winnipeg's Zach Collaros and Toronto's Chad Kelly both returned to practice, Kelly having yet to take a snap this season. Collaros making his way back into the fold after sustaining a huge hit Friday night against the Stamps, which saw him step out of the game. He took first team reps at practice before Winnipeg visits Toronto on Saturday. This sports update is brought to you by Advantage Sports Medicine. Connor McDavid's got a team of specialists, and you're stuck with a bag of frozen peas. Get the same locker room approach that's trusted by the best in the game. Call them at 780-460-9977 or visit their website at AdvantageSportMed.ca to book an appointment today. The Reid Wilkins Show continues after the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
Two guys and a goalie.
I think for McDavid, I have to go with Quicksilver.
Quicksilver. Wow. Okay.
Marvel character, runs extremely fast,
Yeah.
can knock you out, can hit you when you least expect it or hurt you when you least expect it because you don't know he's coming, even though I guess teams know. But yeah, I had to do something speed related.
Okay.
So I'm going to do Quicksilver.
Two guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Win a trip to Osheaga with the banquet and Aperol. We're sending one lucky guest to Montreal with flights, hotel, and 2 tickets to one of Canada's hottest music festivals. Enter by July 26. Details in store or on the banquet app. Get real. Play hard.
GCL Diesel has been serving oil country since 1972. From diesel cars to SUVs to pickups. From farm tractors to school buses to a big rig. From diesel generators to forklifts, GCL can test, troubleshoot, and repair all diesel fuel system components. Whether it's injectors, pumps, turbos, filters, or additive, GCL has the parts you need to keep your diesel running the way it should. For genuine diesel parts at wholesale prices, visit GCL Diesel in the West End or online at GCLDiesel.com. GCL Diesel. Diesel understood.
Summer in Edmonton means 3 things: warm weather, long nights, and plenty of sports. From the lake to the links, you can boost your summer fun with hundreds of casino games, live betting on your favorite sports teams, and access to popular lotteries. All in one app, anywhere in the province. Download the Play Alberta app today and deposit $20 or more with promo code YAG50 to claim a $50 free bet. That's promo code YAG50 for a $50 free bet on us. Redeemable once per Play Alberta account. Remember, if you gamble, please use your game sense.
Hey Edmonton, ready to take advantage of lower rates and better pricing? South Fort Chevrolet in Fort Saskatchewan has you covered. From rugged trucks to sleek SUVs. And with over 40 years in business, you can trust that you're getting the best deal on your new ride. As the proud title sponsor of The Nielsen Show, EST listeners can drive a little to save a lot with South Fort Chevrolet's transparent pricing and down-to-earth sales team. Visit us today in Fort Saskatchewan or online at southfortchev.com.
Tonight on Will It Store, 1 man, 6 bikes, and all the winter decorations still boxed up in the garage. Don't be that guy. Make space for summer with Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free at sentinelstorage.ca.
Must you click? Click. Must you click?
All right, thanks a lot for joining us this afternoon. Mark Kilam, head coach of the Edmonton Elks, scheduled to join us at about 20 after 5 this afternoon in the Nasty Chat. Caster 1990 says, prior to the Osborne's reality show, when someone mentions Ozzy, I would immediately think of Major League Baseball Hall of Famer Ozzy Smith. Charlie says, you're too young to remember 1970, Reid. LOL. Well, it's true. I was not born. I was born in 1974. Jen says, I put Ozzy in the same category as Mick Jagger, both very well known. Rob from the Grove says, Ozzy was known as a metal star until they went mainstream with the TV show. It was hard to see Ozzy at times on the show, though. That's an interesting point. Maybe not a lot of fans of Ozzy's music and his rock persona liked the reality show.
Well, look, the show was Ozzy and his state.
Right.
Of how debilitating he was from all his other passions.
Consumptions. Yes.
And Dr. Nutsy Dielson says, I'm shocked Jay was in a band and doesn't know any Ozzy or Sabbath. I didn't say I don't know any Ozzy or Sabbath. I know plenty of Ozzy or Sabbath. I just wasn't, it wasn't my time. Like, I grew up in the glory days of Metallica. That's when I think of metal, for me, or certainly not heavy metal. I don't like that. Like the rah! But when I think of metal, I think of Metallica.
Dr. Is this have we had him before? He's Dr. Nutsy Dielson. That's a very weird name, but funny. The reality show made him a character. And maybe that's the core of what we're trying to say here. He became like is it a caricature? Like he became a figure.
Yeah.
Where it's like, what's Ozzy going to give us?
What's he going to say?
He's going to
try
mumble.
To say.
He's going to mumble, and he's going to seem like he's stoned.
Right.
And maybe for some people that was hard to see. I mean, I have this from August of 2003. He did take me out to the ball game at Wrigley.
1, 2, 3, and let's go out to the ball game. Let's go out to the room. Take me in the room. I don't remember what I have to do. Out at the old ball game.
He cut a little short there.
Yeah, let's get some runs.
So was that actually that he couldn't sing because he's so messed up? Was that he didn't know the lyrics, or was that him being like, I'm just going to go up there and mumble because that's what everybody expects?
When after that song was completed, he says, "Yeah, let's get some runs."
Yeah, he sounds fine.
He sounds fine,
right?
So maybe he was leaning into that persona a bit, because I'm sure they were making billions of dollars off of that show. Maybe not billions, but millions.
So this is the thing: how much along the way did he just adopt? I got to be Ozzy all the time. So you were away when I had On Right On a couple weeks ago, and I asked him about the Brizgalov stuff. I said, "Like, are you still?" He's like, "Look, it would be like going." I can't remember what band he used, but it'd be like he goes, "I got to do Brizgalov." It'd be like going to I can't remember what artist he used, but it'd be like going to Leopard. Oh, we're not going to do Pour Some Sugar on Me and Photograph. Sorry, guys. What? Like,
right? Jay
has to do Brizgalov.
You got to play the hits.
So did Ozzy reach the point? So if he sings at Wrigley Field and he comes out and sings "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" perfectly,
it's not a story.
What's the better story for people?
Exactly.
I went to Ozzy, and like he didn't even know the words, and he's like mumbling along. I think he was high, and then he just ended the song like one or two bars early, or one or two verses early. So anyway, but he became somebody that was known, and perhaps for things outside of his musical career. And I think, Ozzy was kind of a thing, and then he, wasn't he in commercials, and was it Sharon that was on one of the reality shows as a judge on one of the singing shows? Wasn't she on The Voice or America's Got
like
Talent?
That. And then wasn't she on The View or something for a while?
Yeah, she was on one of those like actual conversational talk shows, not
those
just
are the worst.
She was on there for a long time, too.
So they made this. So Ozzy and Sharon made this post-music career out of kind of being outrageous.
Yeah, fair.
But whether it was genuine or not, or whatever, Ozzy was still known. And I would think to some extent, he transcended, like you didn't have to, and this is what I was talking about with my younger friend this afternoon, you didn't have to know a lot about 70s or 80s hard rock or Black Sabbath, even in this day and age, to know the name Ozzy Osbourne. So from a sports, sorry, what were you saying?
No, this is a good point. Chris Purper says in the afternoon inbox, 780-218-9999, presented by River Cree, Elvis and Michael Jackson were American. Is Ozzy big in the UK? Is he considered one of their icons?
Like when you compare
British,
them to
right?
Iron Maiden, right? The big British bands, Led Zeppelin,
So I wonder
Black
what
Sabbath,
this, the ripple effect this has in the UK today. I mean,
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Because
But Michael Jackson was an international star.
sure.
And I would think Elvis was as well. I think they were big around the world. Now, Elvis didn't have, music videos or the internet. I guess Michael Jackson had music videos. He had a little bit of the internet age.
There was that one music video Michael Jackson did. I think it did quite well.
Just the one, yes.
The one, yeah. It was a huge hit.
Yeah.
I think,
I can't remember what it was.
Trickster.
Is that what it was called?
Trickster, yeah.
So what athletes do you think you would say their name or an abbreviated version of their name to a non-sports fan? Okay, so if you went up to so here's my example.
Okay.
Someone in your life or someone that you picture I'm sure everybody has somebody in their life who doesn't watch sports, who doesn't like sports, and who actively avoids hearing about sports.
Sure.
If you went up to that person, now this person is still alive, but I'm just using this as an example. I don't want somebody tuning in and just hearing this. If you went up to that person and said, Tiger died, would not everybody knows immediately who that is? Like when the day comes when Tiger Woods leaves us.
Yes.
All you will have to say is Tiger died.
That's an interesting one because I think you'd be pretty hard pressed to find somebody that wouldn't know who Tiger is, and you wouldn't even need to say Tiger Woods.
Would have some concept of that he was an outstanding golfer for a long period of time. Now
there may be negative reasons associated with that as well.
Yeah, other things he was known about, sure.
I thought of one, Reid, that would be more recent, and you mentioned Taylor Swift being somebody who's probably. But if you went to a non-sports person right now and asked who Travis Kelce was, do you think he's rising up that list quite aggressively due to his relationship with the biggest superstar in the world, Taylor Swift?
I think he's become more famous and more well-known, but I don't think he's on an athletic level of some of the other people.
Bone says Messi, I would say, is better known worldwide than Taylor Swift.
Messi is better known worldwide than Taylor Swift.
That's what he says.
Who is saying that?
Bones. I take it you disagree.
I'm trying to be polite. I'm trying to hold back some of the variations of the word bones I could use. Yeah, zero chance of that. There is zero chance. Like, I just think of my parents often. They wouldn't know who Messi is. They would know who Taylor Swift is.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. So who would be the number one example of what you just said? Other than Tiger. I think Tiger is like maybe the best.
Yeah. I mean, I think LeBron certainly, and probably lot of parts of the world. I mean, basketball is pretty big around the world.
Kobe was probably big internationally.
There definitely are soccer players, but a lot of those soccer players, let's face it, wouldn't resonate in North America.
Well, but we're also looking at this through North American lenses as well.
Right, which is all we can do.
We're not able to look through a European lens.
Right, but I think
totally
if we went to West Edmonton Mall and walked into a series of stores and just went up and said, "What do you know about Messi?" They'd be like, "What?" And I mean, if you said, "What do you know about Taylor Swift?" Nobody would question who Taylor Swift is. You'd find people who like Messi, for sure.
I've heard variations of this debate about Messi and soccer players in general. And I don't get it, because in North America, Messi, okay, you and everybody in this office would know about Messi, but it's not a household name.
No.
And it's just because soccer's not the sport here.
No.
It's not in the top 5.
Like, I agree. Like, people are saying, like, I agree, Messi's big. He's super, super famous. But I don't know if I don't know if his name recognition would be bigger Like on what part of the world would Tiger Woods not be known? On what part of the globe? I don't know if there'd be one.
Yeah, I don't know. But then you could also say, in what part of the world would you ask that question? Well, you said Taylor Swift. I guarantee you there's places in the world that Messi's more known than Taylor Swift. Or at least
he'd be more
appreciated.
popular.
Yeah.
But I think you would struggle to find a person who doesn't have some sort of name recognition or knowledge of who Taylor Swift is.
And you think she's number one? You think she's the number one?
I think she might be the most famous person who ever lived.
Who ever lived?
Yeah.
More famous than Elvis Presley.
Yes. And now part of that is because of the age she is living in.
Digital.
I mean, you can go get her concert now on Disney Plus, for example. I even watched parts of it. Why not?
Did you?
Let's see what the big deal's all about.
Was it a good show?
It's pretty amazing, the staging, from what I saw.
I don't know.
Jasmine says, I think Cristiano Ronaldo is a bigger name than Messi. I'm not trying to downplay the worldwide popularity of soccer, but the fact that there is a significant chunk of the world in Canada and the United States that wouldn't know some soccer players rules out hundreds of millions of people.
One thing I have to add, though, Messi came out with a brand new sports drink that is sold in tons of locations here and around Canada. So
Never
kids,
heard of it.
there's Prime stuff. I don't know. There's
I'm
drinks.
serious. I've never heard of it.
I see it everywhere
What's
I
his
go.
drink?
I can't leave this guy.
What's it called?
Messi's got his own Messi. See, I can't remember. It's probably just called
you can't
Messi.
remember it.
Yeah.
It's called Messi drink. He also sells stuff at Walmart. It's called Mas. M-A-S with the little thing on the accent on the A. Yeah.
Accent aigu?
Sure.
Mikey says Tiger, MJ, LeBron, Iron Mike Tyson.
Tyson was obviously huge, so would still be well known.
The real Slim Davy says if you say LeBron, everyone will know who you're talking about.
I'd say the large majority of people would know.
Bison Mask Guy, Muhammad Ali, Michael Jordan, Lewis Hamilton, Serena Williams, Tom Brady.
All would be very big. Yeah, it's a good discussion. I still think just saying the name Tiger,
that's a good one.
Even though he doesn't really golf anymore.
That's a good one. But what about Rory?
A lot of sports fans know him as Rory.
Yeah, and Tiger Woods was the Nike darling.
Yeah.
One of the first massive Nike, huge deal.
Okay, so I have an aunt who's 96 years of age and is completely, her mental faculties are fine. She watches Oilers playoff games. She likes Zach Hyman. Like, I think maybe I wouldn't say Tiger to her, but if I said Tiger Woods, she would say golf.
Yeah.
If I said Rory, she'd be like,
fair enough.
Is that the guy who repaired my fridge last week? Like,
I don't know, buddy. I think you might have nailed it.
Well, I often do, let's be honest, even though, most of the audience will never give me credit for it.
RWO.
780-218-9999 is how you reach the afternoon inbox, texting the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. And, of course, we are in the Banquet studio. Craving a late-night snack? Check out the Banquet's new late-night happy hour menu, Sunday to Thursday, 9 p.m. until close. Enjoy favorites like sweet and spicy lettuce wraps or the Banquet burger at happy hour prices. The Banquet, get real, play hard. Oh, my goodness. Jay's play of the day coming up after the break.
According to TSN's or NFL Network's Ian Rappaport, Commanders star Terry McLaurin was not present for condition testing earlier today as he seeks a new contract with the team. CFL News, Zach Caleros and Chad Kelly returned to practice for the Bombers and Argos, respectively. Caleros taking first-team reps, Kelly taking second-team reps with Nick Arbuckle, the only Toronto quarterback this season to see some action. Argos Bombers battle Saturday. And the Jays and Yankees have the second of 3 games just after 5. Max Scherzer gets the ball for Toronto as they sit first in the AL East. They're 4 games up on the Yankees, who sit in second place. Around major leagues, it's the Orioles and Guardians to get underway at 4:40. Tigers, Pirates following that one before San Diego and Miami duke it out. For the Riverhawks, they play the Apple Sox, opening a 3-game series. Edmonton first in the North Division, good for 9-3 in the second half of the season. Listen to the full game on any of EST's audio streams. First pitch at 7:35. This sports update is brought to you by Clover Bar Feeds. Clover Bar Feeds has all the animal feed you'll need. Get top-notch service and selection from their family-owned business. Visit Clover Bar Feeds at 200 Portage Close in Sherwood Park, or call them at 780-467-5014. We roll on with the show once we get back from break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The Oil Stream.
Yes, goaltending needed to be better. Again, Senior Boots, you're not listening. We're not sitting here saying they got there because of goaltending, but goaltending was a part of, they had back-to-back shutouts.
Hey, yeah, one guy had 3 shutouts in 4 games. The other guy went 7-0 until the Cup final when he started his first game and lost.
You can't say despite of goaltending. Yes. Goaltending won him some games.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Gallo LLP is an Alberta-based accounting firm with expert chartered professional accountants in both our Edmonton and Sherwood Park accounting firms. Our experienced and innovative accountants provide financial advice that saves our clients money. Simply put, we help our clients protect their assets and grow their businesses. At Gallo LLP, they go beyond the numbers to ensure the continued success of your business. Reach out to Preet or John to discuss how they can help your business grow. Visit GalloLLP.ca today and see how they can help you take your business to the next level.
Do you have pets? Horses? Chickens? Did the place you used to get your feed recently close down? Have no fear. Clover Bar Feeds is here. Whether it's dogs, cats, horses, or chickens, Clover Bar Feeds has you covered. Offering a large variety of food and feed, you can trust the experts at Clover Bar Feeds. They've been family owned and operated for over 60 years. This means you can expect nothing less than top-notch service and selection. Come visit them at 200 Portage Close in Sherwood Park, or visit them online at cloverbarfeeds.com.
Everyone knows when you need a truck now, you call Dawn.
That's right. You call us, Frontier Cartage, when you need driver coverage or have a truck that's down.
You call Dawn from Frontier Cartage.
When you've got way more freight to move than you thought.
You call Dawn from Frontier Cartage.
When you need a truck that's available and ready to start anytime you need.
You call Dawn at Frontier Cartage, 587-222-5826. 587-222-5826.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know. All right, thanks a lot for tuning in this afternoon. Maybe you're getting us on iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio. We appreciate that. Spread the word about Edmonton Sports Talk. Let people know how they can listen to this. Wasn't somebody asking you the other day where Dustin Nielsen is?
Yeah. Who was that?
Yeah, you were telling me that. I think, because weren't you telling somebody you work for Edmonton Sports Talk, and they said, oh, I sure missed that Dustin guy on 1260.
That just happened last night. Is recent as last night. We were at Lululemon.
Oh, really?
And the clerk taking the clothes was, so he's like, what's your email? So I gave him this email, and he's like, Edmonton Sports Talk.
Yeah.
So I told him. He's like, what? I was wondering where those guys went. I'm like, listen to us.
Yeah, listen to us.
He's like, I will. So if you are listening, Dom. It was Dom.
You're converted.
His name was Dom from Lululemon.
Oh, really?
Shook hands and everything.
Oh, amazing.
Hi, Dom.
Hey, Dom.
Welcome.
But yeah, we're doing our part. We're going to keep growing the station, getting the word out. You can help us a little bit. Let other people know where they can find us. iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, wherever you subscribe to your podcast. And, of course, we have the YouTube feed as well if you would like the video element to the show.
The YouTube?
If you are on YouTube, hit the thumbs up button.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
All right. We try to get over 100 every show. I've really been tracking how we've been doing.
Let's make a run at it.
Let's get to 100 today because we kind of have been paying as close attention to it.
Let's go.
We know the listening habits and the thumb habits change in the summer a little bit, but let's get to it. Let's get to 100 thumbs today.
Are you kidding me?
That was D. Nielsen himself. All right.
It's Jay. It's play. He's Jay. It's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day.
Presented by Play Alberta. It's time to turn up the fun with the all-new Play Alberta app, your digital destination for casino, live dealers, lottery, instants, and, of course, sports betting.
Okay. We're going back to what kicked off what was a great streak recently. We're going with the WNBA favorites play.
Uh-oh.
These are, there's 5 games in the WNBA tonight. These are 4 of the 5 favorites. There was one that was a little closer, so I just left it off because I knew they'd get boosted odds to make this worthwhile. So we got the Washington Mystics, the New York Liberty, the Minnesota Lynx, and the Seattle Storm, all to win. That was plus 120. Play Alberta has boosted that to plus 136. So if you want to ride with Jay, head on over to playalberta.ca, click on sports, EST specials, and you'll see Jay's play of the day. There's also a plethora of other plays in there. Let's see here. Early bird bet. That's starting there at 5. So if you want to get in on that, Blue Jays to win, Kirk 1 hit, and Guerrero Jr. 1 or more hits. That's plus 152. So there's lots of fun ways to play. Check it out on playalberta.ca.
It's Jay. It's play. He's Jay. It's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day.
All right. Great stuff. Jay's play of the day for Play Alberta. So yesterday on the show, Jay and I were discussing, and I guess it was on the Hangout yesterday as well, we were discussing atlases.
Yes.
And getting someone an atlas for a wedding gift. Is that where this started?
Yes.
And then you said, I got a really nice atlas at home. If you're not on YouTube, I'll describe what Jay is holding up. It is a relatively large atlas. So it's in a blue, sort of large blue sleeve, and then you take it out.
You look, it's even got its own cover.
That's a great looking book.
That's a nice
Like,
atlas.
atlases are incredible.
See, I told you, it's a nice atlas. So, Reid, I want you to open this up.
Am I doing something?
To a random page.
Oh, it's heavy. I can barely hold it.
It's a premium atlas. It's one of the finest atlases.
I know. I have not used this at all today.
Okay, so open up to a random page, and we're going to talk about the country or state that's in there.
Okay. Well, we're going to go with Demonte, Italy. Demonte. Demonte, Italy. I believe it is in southwestern Italy. Is someone Italian or Italian?
Oh, this is a commune in Italy.
Oh, interesting.
It's in the province of Cuneo.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
Italian region Piedmont.
I can see Cuneo on the map as well, yeah.
It's located about 90 kilometers southwest of Turin.
Yep, which has hosted the Olympics, right?
It's been in the Olympics. The family name Demonte means on the mountain. So it must be in a mountainous region.
Okay.
Oh, there's an official website for the town.
Well, I would hope so.
It's in Italian. Oh, boy. It looks beautiful. Cross-country skiing. This is a 4-season commune.
So what else are they known for?
15th century Italian fresco artist Giovanni Balacion was born in Demonte.
Giovanni Balacion?
Yes.
Sounds like a pinch hitter for the Mets in 1975. And they're going to bring Balacion in here. He's 212 against lefties, but did hit a home run last game.
What what all you must know before you go to Monte, Italy. Oh, it's got quite a nice selection of restaurants.
Well, I bet it does. Bet they serve excellent Italian food, or as they call it, home cooking.
Monte, Italy. It is family friendly. Looks beautiful.
I bet you it is. It's straight north of Monaco. By, I don't know, it's hard to tell off here, maybe an hour driving.
Quite a mountainous area. I didn't know that there were these kinds of mountains. But what range is that? Mountain range?
Yeah, I believe it's part of the Alps.
It's like the lower portion of this.
Yeah, it'd be
of
part,
the Alps.
part of the Alps.
Where are you going to now?
Kushiro, Japan. Kushiro. Bet you they got a lot of good volleyball players from that part of the world.
I bet you they do. It's a city in Hokkaido, Japan. What to do in Kushiro?
So that's the northern island.
It's near a large marshland. Kushiro is a port city in eastern Hokkaido. The city is well known for Kushiro Shitsugen, Japan's largest marshland. Dedicated as a national park, the marshland is home to rare wild Japanese red-crowned cranes that can be observed by tourists during the winter. It's a major fishing port.
Yeah, it would have to be. It's on the Pacific Ocean.
There's a public fish market there.
The only one in the world.
The only one.
The one the people in Seattle based it off that one. Well, I actually made Coop laugh. That never happens. Usually he's like, God, Reid's talking again.
The Washoe Market is a public fish market in the city center.
This is a beautiful atlas. And I like how they have...
You like the numbers. I like
numbers.
those too.
They tell you if you want to go north from here, here's which page it's on. So now I want to find Canada, Africa, South America, USA, North America. Where is Canada?
Big Uke says, let's look at the atlas. Yet Jay immediately Googles the place. Well, yeah.
Well, because we're doing it in tandem. It's the real world meeting the digital world. I don't think Canada has an entry in this.
They missed the atlas.
Yeah, we don't need to put Canada in.
Oh, sure, they'd be there.
California has its own pages.
Okay, so next one you do, we're going to make up our own attractions, what the city's known for, and not resort to the Google.
What do you mean?
I don't know, pick a city. We'll make something up.
We're gonna do false facts.
False facts. You heard it here first.
Lilongwe, Malawi.
Malawi?
Yeah. That's the country.
So where's Malawi?
It's near Mozambique.
Okay.
The city is Lilongwe.
Lilongwe.
Yeah. Well, that is the only airport in the world in which the runways run exactly north-south.
That's right.
Yeah, that's the only one in the world.
Mm-hmm. Good fun fact about Lilongwe.
This is a great, you could just pour over this, though. Here we go. Alberta is depicted on the 2 pages of the atlas called Southwest Canada. So there's Western Canada that goes from northern Quebec all the way to the BC coast. And then Southwest Canada shows BC, Alberta, and Saskatchewan.
I guess technically that's correct. The territories take up a bit of
Well, there's a lot of territory up there. There isn't a lot of people. This is a very nice book, to be fair. I think
it's going to reside in our new office.
This would be a wonderful gift to receive.
Well, yeah.
From somebody. So I would say, yes, absolutely get somebody an atlas as a wedding gift or perhaps as an anniversary gift.
I wonder what Jamie Thomas thinks.
You know what you could do? So say a couple's been married 20 years. Now you'd have to know them quite. I can't even hold on to it. I almost dropped it. You better take it, Jay. Yeah, the bookbinder would be excited about that. He would be all over the spine of that.
This is very finely bound.
Well, Jay, I can see this book has been quite nicely bound. But shall you ever need it redone, do not hesitate to call upon my services. I know you can't come see me, though, when you're on air 3 to 6 p.m. on the Reid Wilkins Show, Edmonton Sports Talk. But perhaps you could drop by my abode some evening and we could look over the atlas and speak of places to which we could travel together, perhaps. Jason Milne, I could accompany your family on a vacation. I feel that close to you. Do you not to me, Jay?
Yes, of course.
What were we talking about?
Atlases.
But that would be a great gift, maybe to give a couple and say, "Hey, I've marked the page of the book. The bookbinder voice messed me up.
It ain't no joke.
Now I'm done for the show. I got to leave early."
Yeah. I don't know that it's going to be.
But you could bookmark the places where you know the couple has traveled together.
Oh.
So I'm saying you outside the marriage, giving it to a married couple.
Get like sticky tabs.
Like it'd be a great thing for a sibling to give a sibling and his or her spouse.
Ooh.
Say, hey, you know what? I got you guys an atlas. I know you guys like to travel. So here's an atlas. I've put little markings on the pages where you guys have been together, and maybe it'll help you plan your next vacation.
Well, I got to be honest with you, Mr. Bookbinder. I don't know that this thing's going to need to be rebound because it comes with its own case.
Yeah, it is pretty nice.
This is a case atlas.
Yeah. Jamie Thomas next.
I think I hear him coming now.
The Lock
I
Shop.
think we all agree Vladdy's got much more to give. I mean, Vladdy's got 13 homers, 48 RBIs. He's so fun to watch when the team is good because he is a guy that, I mean, he's a big team guy. He's got a lot of energy. That can, I guess, go both ways. I mean, if the team's really sucking, that energy level's sort of low and you can feel it, but holy smokes, he and that team dialed in right now. And it kind of feels like they're playing playoff baseball right now.
The Lock Shop, weekday mornings at 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
If you aren't wearing a Connect belt, what are you waiting for? A one-size-fits-all belt with a smooth, hole-free track system makes it adjustable for the perfect fit. With fully customizable options, you can choose your belt color, material, and buckle to suit your style. 100% Canadian-owned and operated, Connect belts are designed for work, everyday wear, and even a round of golf. Check out the large selection of men's and women's styles at www.knktbelts.com. Connect belts, the perfect fit every time.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino. Don't miss award-winning platinum country artist Jake Owen at the River Cree Resort and Casino, August 15th. Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement? Bet on it.
The Canadian Brewhouse is turning up the flavor this summer with our new summer feature menu. Try our jerk chicken skewers, Cajun shrimp tostadas, and street corn salsa. Bold bites made for patio season. Get them while it's hot. The Canadian Brewhouse. Our house is your house.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
Multiple sources are reporting that Washington's Terry McLaurin skipped today's conditioning test with the Commanders. He continues to seek a new contract with the team. In baseball, the Jays and Yankees rematch. Toronto winning 4-1 yesterday. Max Scherzer takes the mound for the Jays with the first pitch at 5:07. Elsewhere, the Angels and Mets go at it. The Giants face the Braves while the Astros and D-backs match up. Riverhawks also play. They're on the road in Wenatchee for the first of 3 games against the Apple Sox. Catch the full game on any of EST's audio streams with action getting going at 7:35. On the court, there's 5 WNBA games. Sparks and Mystics start things off at 5:30 before the Liberty and Fever tip-off at 6. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. The second hour of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
Oh my goodness, this is quite the riff. Coops finding the good music today for sure.
Is this in honor of Ozzy Osbourne?
I hope so.
I think Taylor Swift was featured on this.
I think that's Taylor Swift on the lead guitar. By the way, Mark Kilam, he's the head coach of the Edmonton Elks, is scheduled to join us at about 20 after 5 this afternoon. We had Cody Fajardo on the show yesterday. By the way, he's an outstanding interview. Cody, we've had Cody on twice. He's outstanding. We'll see if he plays on Friday. Sounds like quarterbacks splitting reps today at practice. Maybe I don't think Mark Kilam is going to come on here and name a starter, but he might give us a little bit of the mindset for how he's approaching things this week. I hope so. So that's coming up. We're going to have the oil understood for GCL Diesel in our next segment as well, about 20 after 4. But we have a very special guest ready to join us after this afternoon. He is literally one of the greatest human beings in the history of modern civilization. It's Jamie Thomas checking in. Hi, Jamie. How are you doing? You're muted. You're muted. Unmute. 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 Yeah, he's there. He is. I think we got you now. Talk.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
You sound great, by the way. Now, yes.
Thank you. Sorry, that was like you gave me a great intro and then I blew it with the audio issues. So,
you want to start over?
Yeah. Well, now anybody who doesn't introduce you that way, you can kind of text them.
Their show.
Yeah, you could text them after the interview and be like, "Hey, the interview was fine, but I'm not. I usually get a little more of an introduction than that." So
don't ever introduce me like that again. Or I'm never coming on your show. You know, Rod Peterson gave me some great advice. He's like, if everyone ever phones you and keeps you on the line waiting for more than 90 seconds, don't do their show. And I'm like, okay. And then Ryan Rashad once told me, don't ever do a radio show for free. Here we are.
Yeah, here we are. Well, that's good. That's good for Rashad. Some people can get away with a paid appearance. I am not at that level. When somebody asks me to go on the show, I usually say yes and just do it.
Yeah, I know. Same. I don't even know. I never listen to Ryan Rashad anyway, so I still haven't made any money off appearances. So he tried to give me some good, solid advice, and I didn't listen. So here we are. Here we are today on a beautiful Tuesday in our respective cities.
Well, thanks for hopping on. Of course, you are one of the greatest people who ever lived. You're also from the Ground Control podcast, the official podcast of the Winnipeg Jets, as we often remind people. And you're just, I think you're the person. Well, Gazdick was on every second week during the season. Jamie was probably on once or twice a month. And we continue bothering you into the summer just because we like talking to you.
Yeah.
So what do you get? Are you totally off work, or is there a limited production schedule for the Ground Control podcast? Like, what do you get up to in July?
Do you want me to give you the real story, or should I fudge it up, make it sound like I'm really busy?
I think the real story is more interesting. Yeah.
Okay, so today I went into the office. I think I looked over my fantasy baseball roster twice. Looked at the upcoming fantasy football draft coming up in August. Looked on the old X platform for a bit. Watched a lot of Michael Jordan classic videos. Called her a day. So,
Jamie, how excited is your wife for the start of training camp, Winnipeg Jets training camp?
She keeps asking me, like, when are you going to start going on the road again? So she's like, when are you going to get a job when you start traveling again? Like, so you're gone at least once or twice a month. So, oh no, you're bringing out the binder.
Perfect segue. No, we wanted to ask you about this.
Speaking of travel, I was on another one of our shows yesterday called The Hangout. If you're ever in Edmonton, we'd love to have you on. It would be great. I was talking about how I received an atlas for my wedding gift. It was our anniversary yesterday, so it was 18 years.
Congrats.
Thank you. So 18 years ago, I received an atlas for a wedding gift, and I've thought it's one of the most badass wedding gifts I've ever received because I still have it. I still use it. But I did receive some backlash from the younger generation about, well, why would I need an atlas when I just have Google? And so it prompted me to bring my atlas in, my physical atlas. Yeah. And everybody's been gawking over it. It is a beautiful atlas. It has its own cover, Jamie. It is a nice atlas.
Well, because when you leave it on the coffee table, you can't. It has to be protected.
You have
just can't. Someone uses a coaster or something like that, or spills coffee or something. So I admire that you keep it inside that. And to you young bucks, I could find something faster than Atlas than you could find online. So there you go. So you just go to your Google, punching in. By the time you're punching in whatever it is, I'm already on page 827, pointing out where Zimbabwe is.
Yeah.
So take your technology and go down the road, please. Go play in traffic.
Now, okay, I'm gonna propose a challenge to you then.
What do you want me to do?
Well, I was just wondering if we can start a trend now of the next wedding you go to.
Right.
Maybe Atlas is the gift, and you know, obviously different weddings have different. You know, you have different obligations for what the gift should be, but you could always put a little bit of cash inside this bad boy as well, and I think that would be a good gift. Are you pro Atlas for a wedding gift?
I'm all for it. My nephew's wedding is actually this weekend in Calgary, so maybe I'm going to get him an Atlas.
Yes. We got to start somewhere, Reid.
Here's another thing. I said I'll tell them. I say I have $200 cash if you can find Zimbabwe without using Google,
or just put money in there.
Yeah.
But don't tell them there's also money in the Atlas. And then 5
to see
years
if they
from
actually
later,
use it.
And then 5 years later, you're visiting this person, you see the Atlas lying around, and they're like, "Oh, remember I got you that?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, oh we love having it." And then you're like, "Oh really? What did you spend the $200 on?" And they're like,
and they'll be like this.
Or heaven forbid they've returned it with the money inside of it.
Or they gave it to somebody else with the money inside. Yeah.
They regifted it to somebody else for another wedding.
My God. That's kind of diabolical and maybe a waste of $200. Maybe keep it to 50.
No, it's not a waste of $200 because the entertainment value when you go over there just to see their faces to say, "How's the Atlas I got you for your wedding gift?"
Yeah. Put like $10 bills in throughout the Atlas.
Yeah, just like space it out over per 10 pages to see if they actually crack that bad boy open.
And in the wedding card, just put, South Carolina, Italy.
Yeah, and see if they,
Morocco.
Give them all these hints.
And then that'll tell them which page to go to find the money. And once they catch on, they'll be like, "Oh, this is amazing."
My nephew's wife would be like, "Your uncle, what's wrong with him?"
Wow.
Who writes, don't even write congratulations and sign it. Just put South Carolina, North Carolina.
Yeah, hopefully they'd be smart enough to put two and two together with the Atlas, but they might not. They might think, what's an Atlas?
His wife will say that ground control podcast has really gotten to his head.
So
where's your uncle from again?
So Jay's anniversary was yesterday. It was 18 years. As you know, I am not married, so I don't have a personal experience. So Jay knew what the wedding, what the traditional
wedding
gift was.
for that year.
Right. Okay. So do you and your wife do that? Will you look like, oh, it's year 27. What's the traditional gift? Oh, a headshot of Reid Wilkins. We'll get each other one. Or is it just more like, or are you guys past giving each other anniversary gifts? That's just like, hey, nice to see you again. Have a good day.
You just roll over, look at her, go, we made it.
One more year.
There we go. Just the most fun I've had without my boots on. So I think our 20th is coming up next year.
Nice.
So I remember when I first started the business in 1998, my mom took a photo of me on TV, got it blown up, put it in a frame. When I was working at Global Lethbridge, and she gave it to me one day. And I remember it was sitting in my basement suite in Lethbridge. And our girl came over and she goes, "You have a photo of yourself on TV?" I'm like, "No, my mom took a photo of me on TV. And there it is." So maybe I gift that photo to my wife next year on our 20th anniversary.
You should sign it.
That's a great idea.
I should sign it.
Yeah,
like a really impersonal thing. Like,
hey, appreciate the talk.
Appreciate the effort. Follow your dreams. All the best, JV.
I'll take an arrow and point to my face and go, "This face got you all this."
Oh, yeah.
This face paid for our house. You're welcome.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's incredible. That's incredible. So, okay, so you don't know. Do you know what?
No, I have no clue. So
Did you say you're coming up to 20?
Yeah.
Okay, anniversary gifts. I happen to have the website open, the knot.com. Like, how does the single guy know how to look up stuff the best? Just saying.
Well, it's not in an atlas.
Just saying, well-rounded.
Clearly,
Wilkie.
my ability for this information has not kept me married for 19 years. So, you carry on, single man.
The traditional anniversary gift is China. The modern anniversary gift for 20 is platinum.
Okay.
And the gemstone is emerald. Yeah, you get a record. You get a platinum album.
So I gotta go cut a record for our 20th wedding anniversary.
You gotta go to A&B Sound. Okay, you gotta find an A&B Sound. Like he's loving these references. Yeah. Maybe Sam the record man.
How much money did I waste in A&B Sound? Like, it's just, I think I got my first, that faceplate stereo that you get in your car. Remember that? So people don't steal your stereo.
The detachable one so that nobody stole it?
Yeah. Yes. With the 5 discs in your trunk.
Oh, yeah. Hey, what was the first CD you ever bought?
Colin James. Got it for my birthday in 1999.
Okay.
And then I'm not proud of the next one. I got Roxette.
You didn't get a CD until 99 or 89? Must have been 89.
Sorry, 89.
Yeah, because there would have been CDs in the late 80s, a few CDs.
We just talked about this the other day. Mine was REM Monster and Green Day Dookie.
Okay.
And Reid?
I don't remember first CD. I remember first tapes.
But it was what?
7 and the Ragged Tiger, Duran Duran.
Yes.
And then Reckless by Bryan Adams would have been one of the first. The first one I anticipated buying. First CD, probably the first CD I got was rebuying all the Def Leppard
tapes.
Just going through again.
Just going through.
My first tape was Power Slave by Iron Maiden.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ozzy, sort of a segue. Were you an Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath? Are you reality show, anything like that?
Well, certainly I love the reality show, but I'll tell you this. I remember, because, you guys remember, because you're the same vintage as me, and Jay, clearly you see him as well. Do you remember going to high school and there was the headbangers? They had those lumberjack jackets on. Mm-hmm. So they would always, they'd have the half-smoked cigarette behind their ear and walk around school with it. I remember this guy named Corey, terrified of him. He always, they would take the black felt pen and write Black Sabbath on the back of their lumberjack jacket. So that's my best. I was terrified of the only thing, of heavy metal or something like that. That was not my thing. So, but Corey, God bless him, he used to put me in a garbage can
oh,
and put me on top of a desk in school. Oh
my God.
So, yeah. Total. So I was really small in that era. So I think I was 5 feet tall, maybe 90 pounds. And I remember one of the teachers looking at me, when she came back to get me off the top of the desks for the 12th time that school year, she would go, "You need new friends." I'm like, "I'm aware of that." So so that's my best. Yeah. That's my best.
It's limited though in school though.
Yeah.
It's well, I either talk to this guy or talk to nobody. So I'll talk to the guy who puts me in a garbage can.
Yeah, and your mom used to say to you, they only tease you because they like you. That's
it's not always the case. Trust me. Yeah.
Mom, if I move, I fall off the top of a desk from a garbage can with the inability to put my arms out to defend myself. So clearly this guy has a problem with me. So I don't think he likes me at all. So that's the best thing I could tell you about my Black Sabbath love affair.
Oh.
You know what I mean? I probably danced to some Black Sabbath, the old side-to-side shuffle.
Yeah, the old sock hop.
In grade 8 or 9. Yeah, sock hops. That's right, sock hops. Or the Much Music dance parties. They would come to your school.
Awesome.
Oh, they never came to Evansburg.
Yeah, they play the music video on the screen while they're playing the music.
Yeah, Cochrane High School. We had that a couple of times come by. So,
hey, that's where Mark Kilam started out his coaching career. It was in Cochrane.
Really?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
The Cochrane Cobras?
Yes.
I knew he was a good dude. Yeah, listen, we won a lot of titles. I did not. I watched a lot of football games at Cochrane High School. Made the team in my 4th year of high school eligibility. Found out we had to practice every day of the week and games on Saturday, and I quit. So
enough of that. Yeah.
What do you mean 5 days a week? So that's a lot. Anyways.
Well, this was even more entertaining than I thought it would be. I'll end with one sports-related question.
Sure.
What is the sports fan in Winnipeg talking about at the water cooler this week?
Well, Gabriel Velarde signing a 6-year extension was a pretty big deal. The one thing that's been pretty clear since Velarde came in that I don't even know how to describe that trade, because I don't know. That's probably why Rob Blake is unemployed at this point as a general manager of the Los Angeles Kings, because I just still don't understand how they made that trade for Pierre-Luc Dubois goes to LA for multiple pieces. And thank you so much. But Velarde has been a huge part of the Jets on their power play. Career won 61 points last year in 71 games. They had that number one power play last year. So for him to extend for 6 years is fantastic. And here's another, I'll say this, guys, and I'm sure Edmonton gets this all the time too. I'm tired of the narrative. There's been enough extensions in Winnipeg now that I don't think we even need to ask the question, why do you like Winnipeg? A lot of people have that they don't want to play here. Clearly enough people want to play here because this team has won over, 100 games over the last 2 seasons. So you're obviously being able to retain great players enough to have the success that they've had over the years. So I've been here 8 years or 7 years. And I got it at the beginning, but now it's just like, okay, Jonathan Toews signed here for a reason, not because he felt sorry he had to come back to Winnipeg or they had to force him to. It's because it's a great organization. They have a great goaltender. I don't need to go down the list of what reasons why you need to play here. So sure, there's a lot of teams that have Winnipeg on the no trade list, but the people that come here, the players that come here want to stay here. So, and then there's the odd occasional outlier in that situation, but I'm not from here, but I feel that narrative is old now, and it's just a good team, and it's a solid city if you want to raise a family. It's a great city if you're a Jet, clearly, because of the passion behind this team. So, a lot of people are excited about that part. And clearly there's, Dylan Sandberg is another player they would like to get as a restricted free agent, get taken care of here right away as a top 4 defenseman. But other than that, guys, it's quiet, right? And it's a good time of year that way. I'm getting a little bored. You would like to have something going on. I know you guys feel the same way. I almost ready to go back to camp already, and then I'll probably be saying in January, "Oh man, can the season be over any time now?" But the dog days of summer are real, and so I just think there's enough. There's enough in this team here with Jonathan Toews, with the question mark Gustav Nyquist. I just think there's enough pieces here for this team to be successful, and I think people should be relatively excited when camp opens up in September of what this team will be and what it's going to provide this season.
Jamie, you are the best. Absolutely informative and entertaining segment. Perfect for July 22nd. So thank you for responding so promptly and kindly to my text this morning.
I apologize to your viewers for a lot of the stories about me in my younger years, but now
That's
I'm
what
just
people
starting.
want to hear. People love them. They love them.
Yeah. I want to, you want to get them out before you forget them. Because my kids don't want to, my son calls it dad lore. And I can tell he's getting a little bit tired of my stories, because there's always there's a method behind my story. Because I always go, I did that, but I don't want you to do that. Right. I tell you the story because there was a lot of trickle down effects afterwards. And I don't want you to have these types of stories. And then he always just rolls his eyes or whatever. So I don't know. My dad never told me any stories about his childhood. So I'm trying to change the narrative in that department. And I'm telling you guys these stories too. So thank you for my therapy session. Amazing. I will send you $180 a little bit later.
Yeah, an atlas.
And,
an atlas.
One recommendation though, buy the atlas when you get to Calgary. It would be a little bit difficult.
That would be at the airport, wouldn't it? It would be at the airport, probably a lot cheaper than anywhere else. Because airport bookstores are very cheap.
They're
and
super
reasonable.
cheap. Yes.
There's always a sale on there, so maybe I get 2 atlases, keep one for myself.
It would be worth it. It would be worth it.
To my wife next year for our anniversary. Here's all the places we didn't go to that I said we were going to with my lucrative broadcasting career. Right. So,
oh my, Jamie, this was a blast. All the best to you and your family. We'll probably bug you in the month of August, to be honest with you.
Okay.
We love you. We love you.
I would appreciate it. I love you guys too. I'll talk to you soon.
Right on.
And if Kilam, if of the Cobras God bless him.
Oh yeah,
Tell
we'll find
him I
out.
say
We'll ask him. Yeah. Okay. See you, buddy.
Just say Jamie Thomas says thank you, and he'll be like, who? And that'll be good enough for me.
Oh my, that is our good friend Jamie Thomas from the Ground Control podcast, the official podcast of the Winnipeg Jets. Though not a ton of Jets talk today. Just
there's not a lot to talk
Jamie,
about.
I mean, he's fun because he's a great storyteller. He has legitimately good stories. He's not shy to open up a little bit. That person should not have put Jamie in the garbage can.
That's rude.
A locker, maybe.
No.
Talk joking.
I mean, Jamie should have fought back.
He was pretty little at the time, though, he said.
Yeah, but, sometimes those bullies just need a good bap on the nose. And
or just kick him in the sensitive male area.
Yeah. We were talking about that area yesterday with the kilt story.
That's right. We love Jamie Thomas. Awesome segment as we take you through the afternoon. Of course, Edmonton Sports Talk is presented by Play Alberta. Make your bets count for you and everybody else with the Play Alberta app with hundreds of player prop bets on the biggest leagues, NFL, CFL, NHL, NBA, MLB, you name it. You're not just playing for fun. You're supporting your province. Play Alberta helps fund Alberta programs and services. Deposit today with promo code YEG50. That's YEG50. Get an EST exclusive $50 free bet to get started. And go to Play Alberta. Check out Jay Milne's Play of the Day under EST Specials and have some fun with that one. We're going to have some fun with the Oil Understood, looking at Oilers goal scoring when we get back.
The Jays hold first in the AL East, up 4 games on the second place Yankees after winning 4-1 in their series opener last night. Toronto and New York rematch just after 5 with Max Scherzer getting the ball for the Jays. Around the league, the Reds and Nationals meet. Washington taking a 10-8 victory against the Reds yesterday before the Brewers and Mariners go at it. Milwaukee shutting out Seattle 6-0 last night. And on the road, the Riverhawks and Apple Sox open up a 3-game series. Edmonton 9-3 in the second half of the season. Good for first in the North Division. Tune into the action on any of VST's audio streams with first pitch at 7:35. For the Commanders, multiple sources have reported that Terry McLaurin missed conditioning testing today as he seeks a new contract with the team. On the court, 5 games in the WNBA. Dallas and Seattle tip off. New York takes on Indiana, and the Dream face the Aces. While in the UFC, Dana White, the CEO of the UFC, announced that Magomed Ankalaev and Alex Pereira will rematch at UFC 320. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc. Locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and surrounding areas since 93. They have doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course, plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff today at Windsor Plywood Leduc. The Oil Understood for GCL Diesel is next. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
Dave Thomas, he's the voice of the Riders. You look at the amount of mileage that he's got on the tires. He didn't play a lot when he was in Toronto when he was learning the game, so he's got that advantage. The Riders' success is really gone around Trevor Harris, but also the ability to run the football. Having that ability to have an offense that's balanced to set up the double moves and the play action pass, and that to me has been what has set this offense apart this season.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric, presented by South Ford Chevrolet. Weekday mornings 6 to 9, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino. Don't miss award-winning platinum country artist Jake Owen at the River Cree Resort and Casino, August 15th. Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement? Bet on it.
Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret? Unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
Tonight on Will It Store? One man, 6 bikes, and all the winter decorations still boxed up in the garage. Don't be that guy. Make space for summer with Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free at sentinelstorage.ca.
Take it away. You take it. You take it. Do it live.
Let's go to the limericks, Reid. This one's from Bronco Nick. Today we lost the conductor of the crazy train. The memories of his exploits will remain. His life was wild. Accolades compiled. Makes my life look pretty plain. Not bad. Good. This one comes in from VR Montenegro. The most famous person in history, you say? I'll agree with Reid and give the crown to Tay-Tay. A book of maps en masse. Check out that sweet atlas.
Oh, jeez.
Topographical tomes make the bookbinder randay.
Yeah, make sure you say the word atlas. Yeah.
Atlas.
You know what I was, what were they saying this morning on the morning show? That they were just learning about the phrase taken aback?
Oh, but most people say it wrong. Most people say I was taken back.
No, I was.
But it's taken aback.
Yeah, not taking back.
Or taken back.
No, you were
taken aback.
A-B-A-C-K.
And it was like I was shocked.
Yeah,
I was
like
surprised.
you were. Yeah,
that's a commonly misused.
Taken
term.
aback means to be surprised or shocked by something unexpected.
That's right.
I was taken aback.
I was taken aback by Coob's stretches he was just performing out there.
I was taken aback when Jay and April returned the atlas that I got them for their anniversary.
That would be a good
that
wedding gift, though.
That'd be, yeah.
Like with the money inside?
Taken aback means to be surprised or shocked by something unexpected. It often implies a negative reaction, such as feeling dismayed or offended. Yeah, there's usually a certain amount of offense. You're not just surprised, you're sort of like almost slighted, right?
Yes.
Like I was taken aback by not being invited to Coob's birthday party.
He had a birthday party? Wait, what?
That was in October, boys.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, your birthday's at the end of October. No, yeah, near the end, like 28th?
One day off, yeah.
So you guys are both in October,
29th.
right?
29.
And you're October 8th.
7th.
Crap. Wow, pretty good. I mean, a year ago, I wouldn't have even been able to get the month.
You wouldn't have got my name.
Yes, I would.
Yeah, by now you would.
I was unveiled. No, I was not unveiled. You knew I was not unveiled until July 20. It was July 26th I was unveiled. July 18th was my last Inside Sports.
Yeah, that 1 year anniversary, that was not that long ago.
And then I went into my retirement practice, as I called my 5 weeks off. I'm going to be really good at not working. Like, really good at it.
Yeah.
Then again, who knows? Once it stretches forever. Well, not forever.
That's weird.
I'm a vampire, everybody. Let me feast. Let me sup on your nectar. That's probably weird.
Matt Hyman, Reid, have you ever said aback without taken?
No.
I think they have to be used together.
Yeah, taken aback, I think, is the word. I don't know if you can be aback at anything else. Aback. Aback means toward or situated to the rear, back. It's an archaic usage of the word. The little strip of pasture aback of the house. I might say that.
Ah.
Yeah. Like we have some sort of truck stop aback of the station.
I don't know what kind of trucks they deal with over here, but they're coming and going.
Sailing with the sail pressed backward against the mast by a headwind. Peter holds the jib aback until our bow swings across the wind. You know, it's nothing like holding the jib aback. 780-218-9999 is how you can text us. It's the River Crew Resort and Casino inbox. River Crew Resort and Casino, home of the kitchen restaurant. All you can eat surf and turf for just $59.99 every Friday from 4 to 10 p.m. You can email Reid at edmontonsportstalk.com, Jay at edmontonsportstalk.com. And you want submissions for the Past Apache Athlete of the Week eagerly?
Yes. Yeah, we've received quite a few, but we always want more. So if you have somebody, and this Thursday's guest is booked.
Nice.
And it's quite a story. A young fastball player from the region who's making some waves and going some places.
Awesome.
So we will have her on this Thursday. But yeah, if you have somebody you want to nominate, jay@edmontonsportstalk.com.
Tomorrow, Dwayne Ford from TSN is scheduled to join us.
I can't wait for this.
Great guy to talk to, and we may have. I mean, we're doing some Elk stuff. Playing the Riders are a great team this year. We know they're one of those teams that across the country they are generally either beloved or hated. There's not a lot of halfway with the Riders, and we know in this market with a lot of listeners, a lot of Elks fans, they would not be so fond of the Riders. But we're working on a Riders player for tomorrow, a significant player, because we thought they're a great story with some really good, with some guys having good seasons is what I'm trying to say. So, but I think I'm in the process of confirming that. So not totally for sure, but I'd love to talk to a Rough Rider player because I think, when you talk to someone from the Riders, you got to be like, what's it like to be there? What's it like to walk down the streets of Regina? Like, can you go anywhere? Like, let's face it, most of the Elks would probably not be recognized. I think the Fords, like by sports fans in Edmonton. I think the Fords would be recognized. Anybody else on this team right now? I mean, maybe Kilam would be the third most recognizable face after
Kilam
the
probably.
Fords.
Yeah. The Fords too, because they're twins.
That's what I mean. Why I put both of them in there together.
But yeah, but they wear a mask and a helmet, right?
That's different too for football.
It's tougher for football players to get recognition.
Yeah. But anyway, we're working on a Rider player for tomorrow. Friday, the game is at 7. We're going to have the Green and Gold kickoff show with Jay and Matthew at 6 o'clock on Friday, and they're on after the game as well for the Green and Gold post-game show. We have the Oil Understood for GCL Diesel, providers of the best diesel engine components around, from turbochargers to injectors, fuel pumps to sensors. They are the critical engine component experts, proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta for over 50 years, now a partner of Edmonton Sports Talk and the Reid Wilkins Show. GCL Diesel. Diesel. Understood. By the way, if you're watching us on YouTube, continue to give us a thumbs up. We are on pace to get to 100. Which we want to do, but you don't stop clicking. And remember to share the show link with others and encourage them to give us a like.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Dum, dum, dum.
Well, nice. You almost startled me with that dance. That was impressive. All right, so the Oil Understood for GCL Diesel. We have, I was thinking about how many players on the Edmonton Oilers might score in double digits in the upcoming season. Then I wanted to look back at the past years. How many double-digit goal scorers do you think the Oilers had in 23-24? So the season they wound up losing in Game 7.
7.
They had 10.
Okay.
Hyman, 54. Draisaitl, 41. McDavid, 32. Kane had 24. Fogle got to 20. Nugent-Hopkins and Bouchard both had 18. McLeod, 12. Ekholm had 11. And Darnell Nurse had 10. Corey Perry joined the Oilers mid-season, so he only wound up with 8 that season. So that's from 2 seasons ago, they had 10. This past season, well, I know you know the answer to this one.
This one I know.
Looked it up. How many double-digit goal scorers did the Oilers have this past season?
That would be 10, Reid.
Also 10. So Draisaitl, 52. McDavid, 26. Hyman, 27. Nugent-Hopkins, 20. Perry, 19. Bouchard, 14. And then you had Skinner at 16. Arvidsson at 15. They're both gone. Connor Brown is gone. He had 13. And Adam Henrique, even though his season was kind of underwhelming, he still got to 12. So Jay and I thought, let's speculate for this year. How many double digits, so 10 or more goal scorers, will the Oilers have this season? Because they ain't all going to do it again, because a few of them, how many are gone? 4?
4 out of that 10 are gone.
So Perry, Arvidsson, and Skinner. And that's the thing. They were both considered to have kind of poor seasons, but they both got to middle teens. And Connor Brown is gone. The year before, Connor Brown couldn't score at all. Did get to 13 this season. So here, I only have, Jay, and I'm curious what you have, because I kind of did mine in tiers based on how likely I think that player is to reach double-digit goals. And of course, not barring injuries, barring missing, 15, 25, 40 games.
So are you assuming then that the same players that got over into double digits last year that are still with the team will achieve that again?
No, not entirely.
Henrique.
Correct. I don't have him getting to 10. Here,
Okay.
I have 7 automatics. No, wait. Yes, I have 7 players that I think are,
Really?
are
That's it?
basically Yes.
I have more
but then
than
I
that.
have a couple that I think are strong
Okay, this will be
candidates.
interesting.
Okay.
Shoot, baby.
So did you do yours in tiers like this, or did you just do an overall
did
list?
I just did it. I didn't do it in tiers, but I can make it. I know where I'm at.
Okay, so here are my 7 players that I think are locks to score 10 or more goals for the Oilers. Absolute locks. Connor McDavid.
Yep.
Leon Draisaitl.
Yep.
Zach Hyman.
Yep.
Ryan Nugent-Hopkins.
Yep.
Evan Bouchard.
Yep.
Andrew Mangiapane.
Yep.
And Trent Frederick.
Huh. You're missing a glaring one. Jake Wallman.
He's on my next tier.
Is he?
Yes.
He's not automatic?
I don't have
10
him
goals?
automatically for 10 goals. Well, he's scored over 10 in a season once in his career. He got 12 with the Wings in 63 games in 23-24. He had 9 in 63 games the season before that. This past year, he had 7 goals in 65 games. I have him in my next tier of players that I think are highly probable to score 10 or more. But I didn't put him automatically on the list because I do think there's more of a possibility for variance with defensemen, and I don't know how much power play time he might get.
Well, to me, that's the key. I think you might. I would like to see
he's
more of a
automatic
role
for 10, though.
I would like to think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want me to do my second tier? See if it aligns with you.
Well,
you go with yours.
Did you agree? So your first tier was the same 7 guys plus Wallman.
I had I had another automatic.
Eck?
Nope.
Who? Well, one of the new guys?
Yeah. And I'm combining I don't know which one.
Okay.
But either Ike Howard or Matt Savoy.
Okay, so
I'm putting up there.
So I put Wallman and Howard in my highly probable category.
Okay.
So I had 7 that if you said, Reid, you have to bet a significant amount of money that these players will score 10 or more. That was my first 7. And then I would still be pretty comfortable wagering on Wallman or Howard. But are you putting Howard and Savoy as kind of one person?
I just don't know which one.
Okay.
I think one of them is going to break out for sure.
I'm actually,
and I would actually lean more towards Ike Howard.
I actually would as well.
Yeah.
I would lean more towards Howard. I would lean towards Howard scoring more than Savoy.
Yep.
And then my third tier. Okay, so I guess I'm basically saying they should have 9 double-digit goal scorers. Perhaps down from 10 from this past season. Because I'm saying I think Wallman and Howard are highly probable.
You could put Ekholm in that middle range. I mean, he had 9 last year and he missed quite a few games.
True. I have some concerns that if maybe there might be some drop off with him. I have 3 players then in my third tier of probability for scoring 10 or more goals. I'm putting Savoy there. I think if he plays and is good all around, he will get to 10. But I'm a little less sure of him than Howard, though I think he's going to be good. My other 2 guys, I put Ekholm there, and I'm putting Ekholm there above Nurse. Nurse did have 9 a couple of years ago. Or pardon me, Nurse had 10 a couple of years ago, had 5 last year. Do you know who else I'm putting there in that next tier of players who might get to double digits?
Let me think.
Podkolzin.
That's what I would say too. That was my only guy that was left off this possible, list.
So we both have dropped Henrique.
Yeah.
Watch Henrique come out and get back to 20.
Hey, that would be great for Oilers fans.
So our defensemen are Bouchard with Wallman. You're a little more confident Ekholm gets back to 10.
I think he could. But that would be a definite mid-tier.
Right. And then I'm going to give my absolute wild card that I don't think he'll get to 10, and he's never done it in his career, but wouldn't it be something if he did it with the Oilers?
Ooh, hang on.
Who do you think I'm saying? Who do you think I'm saying? This is a long shot to get to 10. He's never done it in his career. I'm just double checking in years he was traded between two teams. I'd love to see it. I think the fans would love to see it.
I'm drawing a blank here, but
he's a new guy.
Oh, Lazar.
Curtis Lazar.
Right.
He only had 5 points last year.
I know. I looked at his hockey DB before he came on.
5 points in 48 games, playing hurt, as he told us. Were you here that day?
No, I
wasn't.
wasn't.
Away the day. That was a really good interview.
Quite an interview. If he could get 10 goals, that's a major
That'd be
plus.
amazing. That'd be amazing.
And just play his, physical style of game. That would be a huge win. But I mean, it just depends on how that injury heals up, right?
Yeah. But I mean, that would be a fun story. Again, it's probably unlikely. I mean, he might be a 13th or 14th forward, depending on how some other things shake down. So neither of us listed David Tomasek as a 10-goal scorer.
No. David Tomasek might not even dress.
Well, we don't know. He's a complete wild. He's more of a wild card to me than Savoy and Savoy and Howard, because I still say training and playing and be considered a prospect as North America is different than playing in overseas for your entire 20s. So we're ruling out Henrique, Kulak, Janmark. You know who we should have had as a wild card is Kapanen.
Kapanen, yeah.
He did have 5 and 57, and he might get to play with Draisaitl. And I know that maybe that's going to be a criticism. Who else are we really missing that could be? I guess you'd have to list Kapanen as a wild card. Kapanen, I guess, would be a wild card. Lazar would be a long shot, but I'd love to see it. I would love to see it. Just imagine him grinning.
Oh, that would be a wonderful story.
But I do think that are some question marks about where the goals come from this season.
Yeah, I've heard you say that, and looking at who left and who's now come in. I mean, there's a lot of pressure on Trent Frederick to live up to this contract.
Yep,
and you have him on a. That's one of your locked in.
Well, you asked me yesterday who has the most pressure on them.
Yeah,
I think it's Stuart Skinner. I still think there's some on Bush with the new deal, but I think there's a lot on Frederick, because if that's a gap, if there's that gap in if he's supposed to be the 5th or 6th or 7th best forward, and he's 10th best, then that's a major gap. That's a major gap in the lineup. Derek Ryan, a couple years ago, in 22-23, so as a 35-year-old, had 13 goals. I mean, I would love it if Lazar had that type of a season.
Right.
I would love it if Lazar. Now, Derek usually scored 10 or more goals in a year, but that's why I'll put out a little hope there for Lazar. That would be fun. Okay, we'll talk more about this in a couple minutes. In about half an hour, Mark Kilam, Elks head coach, is going to join us. Here comes the Coop.
The Jays and Yankees have the second of 3 games just after 5 o'clock. Max Scherzer gets a start for Toronto. They sit first in the AL East, 4 games up of the second place Yankees. And 5 games are live right now. Couple just getting underway. They're all runless in the first inning, including the Tigers battling the Pirates. Padres underway with the Marlins, while the Orioles and Guardians go toe-to-toe. For the Riverhawks, they play the Apple Sox, opening a 3-game series. Edmonton first in the North Division, good for 9-3 in the second half of the season. Listen to the full game on any of EST's audio streams. First pitch at 7:35. Meanwhile, UFC's CEO Dana White has announced that Magomed Ankalaev will rematch Alexander Pereira at UFC 320 for the light heavyweight belt. Pereira lost the belt in March, with the rematch scheduled for October 4th. In basketball, the Fever and Liberty go head-to-head, while the Aces and Dream tip off before the Wings challenge the Storm. This sports update is brought to you by Paramount Flooring, proudly serving Edmonton and area for over 30 years. Their West End showroom is open 7 days a week. You can also shop online at ParamountFlooring.ca. GCA. The Oilers conversation continues on the other side of the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The EST Hangout.
What's interesting is seeing online how much fans are no longer buying into moral victories. We need wins now. And I get it.
But it was there against Winnipeg.
It was there.
That was a game where people were like, walked away and were like, okay, this is like, again, to your point of how close it was late. Who knows? What if Julian Grant catches that ball at the end of the first half?
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Summer in Edmonton means three things: warm weather, long nights, and plenty of sports. From the lake to the links, you can boost your summer fun with hundreds of casino games, live betting on your favorite sports teams, and access to popular lotteries. All in one app, anywhere in the province. Download the Play Alberta app today and deposit $20 or more with promo code YAG50 to claim a $50 free bet. That's promo code YAG50 for a $50 free bet on us. Redeemable once per Play Alberta account. Remember, if you gamble, please use your game sense.
Salute to Service is back. Your Edmonton Elks battle the Hamilton Tiger Cats Saturday, August 2nd, 1300 hours. We're incredibly grateful for all those who serve our community, so we're dedicating this game to them with a celebration for all service workers, featuring a pre-game flyover by the Royal Canadian Air Force, and see who wins our inaugural Salute to Service Cup flag football tournament. EE Salute to Service, presented by James H. Brown & Associates, Alberta Injury Lawyers. Tickets start at just $20. Score yours now at goelks.com.
You've always known GCL Diesel as the experts in diesel fuel systems, but did you know that GCL is also your source for turbochargers and turbo repair? As a turbo supplier for Garrett, Borg Warner, and Wholesat, GCL can provide genuine original equipment turbos at wholesale prices. Whether it's diesel, gas, natural gas, or performance, we can provide you with the turbo or custom repair you require. Turbo questions? We've got turbo answers. Visit us in the West End or online at gcldiesel.com. GCL Diesel, turbochargers, understood.
Tonight on Will It Store? One man, 6 bikes, and all the winter decorations still boxed up in the garage. Don't be that guy. Make space for summer with Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free at sentinelstorage.ca.
Appreciate you tuning in this afternoon. Jason Milne, Reid Wilkins in the Banquet Studio. The Banquet Summer Feature Menu is here. Bacon-wrapped pickles, spicy Korean noodle bowls, and cocktails like the Pink Lady and Blueberry Hibiscus Smash. Try now at the Banquet. Get real, play hard. At about 20 after 5 this afternoon, we're going to be joined by Edmonton Elks head coach Mark Kilam as they prepare for the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Game's going to be Friday in Regina. And kill him with perhaps a big decision to make at quarterback. We'll see what he can tell us there. It looked like today the two quarterbacks, Cody Fajardo and Trey Ford, were splitting the first team reps. So he probably won't announce anything till the depth chart comes out.
Reid?
What?
Have no fear.
What?
I'll be down there tomorrow.
Well, you're going tomorrow. You're going to get the vibe.
I'm going to know.
You think you'll know?
Yep.
Just by body language?
Scent. I'll smell the air.
Okay, well, here's the thing. If they were leaving Trey Ford as the starter, would he not be taking first-team reps?
Yes. There would be no split.
Like, to me, this is a lead-up to Fajardo starting.
Yeah, and tomorrow, because Thursday's walkthrough, so tomorrow is the last real day of practice. I think you're going to have a real sense of who's getting the ball Friday night.
I hope so. And some people have said to me, "Well, give Trey the first half."
See,
they can't afford to be down 23-3 at halftime.
I'm not here for Trey the first half. I could be talked into give Trey the start and see what's happening. See what form that offense is in. If nothing's happening, then you got to like short leash. But look, we'll get into it. We're going to do buying or selling on this, right? I just feel if this was any other circumstance, you would have a defined quarterback by now.
Right.
The fact that you're splitting reps means that you're giving Cody the opportunity to get into the system, get into the playbook, get into the, with the number one group. So I at this point, I don't see any reason why they wouldn't be going with Cody Fajardo. But like I said, I'm going to go down there tomorrow, check it out, smell the air, and give you a real good update.
So who was your quarterback at the U of A? Was it
Daryl Salmon?
It was Salmon. And he was pretty good, wasn't he?
Really good.
Did he get drafted?
No.
Or looked at?
No.
But he was pretty good. So was he ever replaced? Was there ever any thought that he would be replaced?
No. He was our guy. He was injured.
Okay.
And then Cam Linke had to come in. He got injured in the Canada West semifinal, which we won. Then we had to go to Simon Fraser and get beat down by the Simon Fraser.
Marty Kipps, Lloydminster's Marty
Kipps.
So look, the quarterbacks, I'm not going to say, I was going to say most important, and then I caught myself. It's the highest profile position on the team. And Fajardo gave us the old line yesterday. Maybe too much credit and too much blame goes to that position.
Reid,
but it's
the most important position.
It's okay.
There's no debate.
So when there's a change at starting quarterback at practice, does that send a ripple throughout the whole roster? Like, will the third string DB who was backing up Jay Milne be like, oh, Jablonski's in at quarterback?
No, because those guys know. If there's a change at quarterback, it's usually for a reason. And most people would be, okay, good. All right, let's go. Let's see what this person's got.
Right.
They're not naive. They're not stupid. They've
Well,
played football. Jablonski
might be a little naive, yeah.
But they've played football their whole life. They want to win games. If Cody Fajardo gives them the best opportunity to win a game, you're darn right they're going to be supportive of seeing that. It's tough, but you're professional athletes. You have to deal with it. It's not personal. It's business, right? So yeah, I would expect I would expect to see less sharing of reps tomorrow. In my opinion.
Or maybe he won't tip his hand, but at some point, don't you have to give the keys to somebody?
Yeah, but at some point you got to stop playing the games and worry about trying to win the game.
Yeah, okay.
And say, this is what we're doing. They don't have to come out with a depth chart till Thursday.
True.
But tomorrow is a big practice.
You can text us at 780-218-9999. That's the afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino, home of Tap 25 Restaurant, where the entire menu is 50% off 7 days a week. That is from 2 to 5 p.m. We're talking about the Elks head coach Mark Kilam coming up at 20 after 5. We were bringing you the Oil understood for GCL Diesel. We were speculating on Oilers' double-digit goal scorers. Okay, so who's your... Were we foolish not to put Kapanen on the list?
No. It'd be a good story. I mean, hey, Kapanen improved throughout the regular season and playoffs. No question. Right? But is that consistency there? Is the defensive capabilities there? Is the turnover still going to be an issue?
Yeah, it's consistency for me.
Yeah. So I don't think you'd have to put Kapanen on that list.
The last time he played... Well, he played 67 games last year and wound up with 6 goals. With the Blues in 23-24, he played 73 games, got to 6 goals. The previous year, 22-23, he had 15 goals split between 66 games between the Blues and the Penguins. If you look at his history, most of the time, if he plays close to an entire regular season, he scores double digits. But like you said, maybe some consistency and just some puck management were issues with him.
Mangiapane's only scored over 20 goals once in his career.
Right. Didn't he get to 35?
35 with the Flames in 21-22.
But 10 is a lock for Mangiapane.
I know.
Yeah.
But what do you think the ceiling is? Do you think
30?
Yeah. I mean, this is something. I mean, right now he's projected to be on the third line with Nuge and Trent Frederick. That's where you could say.
So maybe the question is, how many 20 goal scorers do the Oilers have? I think they have 3. Okay, here's the thing. I think McDavid, Draisaitl, and Hyman are locks for 20. I can't put Nuge in that category. I would put Mangiapane more likely to score 20 than Nugent Hopkins.
I would agree with you.
Bouchard, just because I know he's gotten into the high teens, but I can't do that with a defenseman.
So last season they had 4 that got to 20 or more. Nuge was right at 20.
Nuge was right at 20. And Perry was 19, so that was very, very close. I mean, Bush got to 14. I think he's probably right around there again. I mean, McDavid got 26. He could come out and score 70. That's the crazy thing about McDavid. I mean,
so you're saying Draisaitl, McDavid, and Hyman
to me are locks for 20, and then I think Mangiapane has a better chance to be the fourth guy than Nugent Hopkins,
who would only be doing it for the second time in his career. Mangiapane,
right? Look at McDavid's goals going backwards from last season: 26, 32, 64, 44, 33, 34, 41, 41, 30, and then as a rookie, which in injury-shortened year, he got to 16. So this was his lowest goal-scoring season. This was his second lowest goal-scoring season. Is it unrealistic to say both McDavid and Draisaitl score 40-plus this season? So the year McDavid had 64, Draisaitl still had 52. Nuge had 37 that year, and Hyman had 36. Then it dropped all the way off to Evander Kane, who was half the season with 16.
I wonder if Play Alberta would be able to put something together for us.
How 20-plus goal scorers on the Oilers?
Yeah.
You got to ask them.
That'd be a fun
Would you have to list the players, or would it just be over or under 3.5 players, 20 more goals?
I'm not sure. I could talk to him about it.
Mex says McDavid, Draisaitl, Hyman, Bouchard, Nuge, Mangiapane all score more than 20, and Frederick is a long shot. Well, that would be incredible. That would be incredible if that many guys got to 20. That'd be amazing. Just saying, 20 is still hard in the NHL. Like, it's still hard to score,
Well, yeah, there was only 4 of them on the team last year.
Now, I guess Perry was kind of right there. But again, so how many times has Nugent Hopkins got to 20? He got the 20 last year, and he got the 37. He's had 22, 28, and 24. So Nuge has had 6 20-goal seasons. Maybe I'm underestimating him getting to 20 again. I just think maybe if Mangiapane gets a chance to play with Draisaitl, is taking the puck to the net. Though if you look at Nuge's career, he's a pretty good bet to score 20 if he doesn't have injury issues. Okay, well, maybe, see if you can work that out. That'd be fun. We better get to the 5 o'clock break. Mark Kilam coming up in about 18 minutes.
2 guys and a goalie.
I think for McDavid, I have to go with Quicksilver.
Quicksilver. Wow. Okay.
Marvel character, runs extremely fast, can knock you out, can hit you when you least expect it or hurt you when you least expect it because you don't know he's coming, even though I guess teams know. But I had to do something speed related. Okay. So I'm going to do Quicksilver.
2 guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Win a trip to Osheaga with the Banquet in Aperol. We're sending one lucky guest to Montreal with flights, hotel, and 2 tickets to one of Canada's hottest music festivals. Enter by July 26. Details in store or on the Banquet app. Get real. Play hard.
You know Dawn. Everyone knows Dawn. Dawn from
Frontier Cartage. That's right, it's me, Dawn from Frontier Cartage, where we're setting the standard for cartage service in Edmonton and beyond, offering city cartage, Alberta highway, short haul deck, and more. My team and I are bringing our years of industry experience and expertise to every mile.
Join Dawn and her boys in a new chapter in transportation excellence, dedicated to exceptional service. Call Dawn at Frontier Cartage, 587-222-5826.
At Mind360, we invite you to embark on your mental health journey in a safe and comfortable space. Conveniently located in St. Albert, Mind360 has a diverse team of experienced clinicians that offer a broad range of tailored services for children, adults, and families. Furthermore, we are very proud to serve our military, veterans, and first responders. If you're looking for counseling, treatment, or assessment, understand that you are not alone. Contact Mind360 at mind360.ca to book an appointment today.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
In just a moment, the Jays and Yankees get underway. Toronto winning 4-1 in their series opener yesterday. It's Max Scherzer taking the mound for the Jays today. Elsewhere, there's 5 games underway right now. Red Sox down 1-0 to the Phillies in the bottom of the first, while the Guardians have a 1-0 lead over the Orioles in the second. Riverhawks also play. They're on the road in Wenatchee for the first of 3 games against the Apple Sox. Catch the full game on any of EST's audio streams. First pitch at 7:35. And the headliner for UFC 320 has been announced. Magomed Ankalaev clashes with Alexander Pereira for the second time, defending his light heavyweight title. Pereira lost the belt in March. They rematch October 4th. On the court, there's 5 WNBA games. Sparks and Mystics start things off at 5:30 before the Liberty and Fever tip off at 6 o'clock. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. The third and final hour of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
Something under my skin, and the itch won't go away. It's my original sin.
Great to have you tuning in this afternoon. This Way on the Wolf. Great band. Maybe they were influenced by Brody and North Shore.
Probably.
Who wouldn't be?
I don't know.
Wouldn't that be amazing if when you unveiled that, if I would have been like, oh my God, I used to listen to that band.
That would have been really cool if you had come to one of our shows.
Yeah, I did not. It would have been neat, though, if you never played a game in Lloyd, obviously. I never would have interviewed you.
We did not. We played an exhibition game there.
When?
Against U of S. Would have been in
oh, yeah, that's right.
01 or 02.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I covered it that weekend. I might have been out.
Huh. Better things to do, huh?
Did you play at the Lloyd Comp field?
Yeah.
The high school field?
Where the red and purple, the purple and gold team?
Yeah, purple and gold. That's Lloyd Comp. Lloyd Comp Barons.
Yeah. Yeah, I played there, bruh.
Sweet. Against the U of S.
Yeah. The Border Bowl.
I remember, I covered a lot of the Alberta Football League once the Lloyd Vandals joined, because the Leeson brothers were on the Calgary Wolfpack.
Yes.
What was it? Brett and
Daryl.
Brett was the quarterback.
Daryl was the
quarterback, and Brett was the receiver. Yeah, and
automatic.
You look at the stats, it'd be like,
4,000 yards.
Daryl was the quarterback.
Yeah.
Brett was, and if you looked through the stats for the Brett's games, it'd be like 8 receptions, 176 yards. Next game, 10 receptions, 130 yards. Next game, 9 receptions, 170 yards. They were very good. I think they won the league almost every year while they were playing.
They were good.
And now, is it Daryl's son that's in the NHL? I think it's.
I think so,
it's Daryl's
yeah.
son. Yeah.
Let me look.
And what was he? Was he U of R?
Regina.
He was Regina before. But he got looks in the CFL, didn't he? He would have had to have.
He's a hockey player. Daryl Leeson's son, Brett Leeson.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's in the NHL.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Was the brother not Brett then? I'm sure there was a brother that was a receiver on that Alberta Football League team, the Calgary Wolfpack. Yeah, but Leeson's son, who's he with? The Capitals? He's a UFA right now. Okay. He was a Capital, then a Duck. Sorry. Right. So Brett Leeson. It doesn't, but that's got to be Daryl's son, I believe. Anyway, people are like, why are they talking about the Leeson family tree? Who knows? Because it's fun. All right. 780.
Gord Mamer says Lloyd exhibition was in fall 2003. I know because I was on the U of S side. Did we play against each other, Gord? Huh.
For some reason, I don't remember covering that game. Maybe I didn't. Like if there was
what position were you?
Yeah, maybe you just hit Gord illegally.
Probably. I used to hit a lot.
You used to hit a lot of people. How many of your hits nowadays would you be flagged for?
All of them. Every single one of them.
You were that much of a
No,
maniac.
I mean, sometimes you just have to make a tackle, but if you're saying a hit where I'm hitting an unsuspecting
you're going
receiver,
for the head.
I'm trying to take your head off.
Right.
Yeah.
And that
What
was
you were taught.
less frowned upon in that day and age.
Much less.
Much less.
Almost encouraged.
It's time for Buying or Selling, presented by Damon Bunting, a consistent top-producing realtor in the greater Edmonton area for over 18 years. He and his team would love to help you find that right home or make the move from your current home. Community-driven, he understands what it takes to make a difference in our city. Check him out, DamonBunting.com, or the Instagram handle of Damon Bunting Real Estate. Remember, by the way, Mark Kilam, Elks head coach, is going to join us here in about 10 minutes. So, a lot of talk about the quarterback position. The Elks need to do a lot of things better. And I think, to be fair, the entire plight of the Elks does not come down to quarterback play. They have not got a lot of key stops on defense.
True.
The special teams have actually been, I would say, at least good, if not very good in some
Above
games.
good, I
mean,
think.
they did give up a kick return and one that got called back against BC. No, to be fair, they had a return called back as well. In terms of touchdown returns, they're 1-1 and 1-1 in called back. But overall, they've been getting
their return
decent
game and
returns.
punt return or
coverage is a little
returns.
more thorough. Blanchard has not missed since week 1. So good for him, bouncing back from a kind of his first game. I know he dressed for one last year. But there are some problems stopping the run. There are some problems sacking the quarterback. There are some problems pressuring the quarterback. There are some problems covering receivers. So if the quarterback goes out and is awesome, it still might be hard to win a game. But a lot of it comes down to that. Yes. And to me, a lot of it comes down to, okay, the other team scores. Can you respond with a score? Even if you respond with a field goal after a touchdown. So, okay, we moved the ball. We gave their defense something to think about. We're putting pressure on their offense to now respond to our score.
You said it. Move the ball.
We're resting our defense.
Even if you come back with a 7-play drive.
Right.
That takes up 2-3 minutes. That's worthwhile to your defense. 2 and outs are the crux of this team on both sides of the ball. Offense can't get off or can't sustain them. Defense can't get off the field. It's an issue.
Well, and we talked about the time of possession last game, but a lot of times a team has the ball 34 minutes and they'll say, well, that other defense must have been exhausted. The Lions had the ball 43 minutes.
Yes. They looked quite fit.
Right. So, I mean, that is wearing on a defense. Now, you can say, well, yeah, because they were moving the ball with ease, but Edmonton never kind of responded. It was never, hey, you know what, BC moved the ball. Well, Edmonton came right back and did it too. Let's see who's going to crack first. There's never been that situation where, well, there certainly wasn't against the Lions, but in stretches this year where it's been, okay, Elks score, Elks get a big stop, Elks score again. That hasn't really been happening. So how much of that comes down to quarterback play?
A lot. Against better teams, a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Look, if this was if we were an outside of Edmonton broadcast, we'd be looking at this like a no-brainer. You would be looking at this saying, oh, yeah, they got to go to Cody. Cody's a proven CFL quarterback. Cody's a CFL Grey Cup champion.
They need to win. They
got to get a win.
Yeah.
This is a third of the way through the season. Outside of the market, it's a no-brainer. Inside the market, there is this feeling of apathy or a sense of, well, the team owes it to trade to stick with them. Okay? I understand that. But Mark Kilam, who's coming on here right away, does not need to hear that. Mark Kilam, Ed Hervey, Chris Morris need to see W's.
Right.
That's what defines this team moving forward.
Right.
Not, oh, shucks, it was a good try. It was a good effort. And quite frankly, Trey could learn a lot from sitting and watching a game on the sideline. And him being the guy that Cody comes off and talks to. And seeing it through a different lens. Seeing it from a different quarterback's perspective. But that's the thing that I've kind of been, it is kind of interesting because if you were in Calgary talking about the Edmonton Elks, you'd say, oh yeah, they've got to go to Cody.
Or if you're saying which quarterback do you hope they play?
Well, you'd say Trey.
You'd probably say Trey.
Because he's not proven that he can get it done against good teams.
Right. And I want him to succeed. He's an exciting player, but here's what worries me, I guess. is you and I started this show the first week of September of last year, and a lot of our discussion through the month of September until the Elks had their slim playoff hopes go away and then the Oilers started, a lot of our discussion was let's just let Trey play 4 or 5 games in a row. Because now he has.
Yeah.
And they're 1-4. Now again, not all on the quarterback, but except for that one Ottawa game and some moments of the game against Winnipeg, he hasn't really been a catalyst either.
Or consistent. Right?
Right.
Hasn't shown consistency. Now, look, I think Cody Fajardo is going to be the starting quarterback on Friday, but I can understand why you maybe want to give the ball to Trey and say, okay, you're in a pickle, get yourself out of it, if you can.
But you also, if you're worried about the psyche of a player, and again, Fajardo starting on Friday does not mean Trey Ford never starts another game.
Of course not.
Or maybe doesn't have a great career. But at some point, you have to say, okay, you need to take a back seat here. You know, like I'm not going to throw out there. I mean, if Ford goes out there and plays poorly again against the Riders, then like what are you left with? Are you left with a player who even feels like he can be helpful? I don't know. That would worry me a little bit too.
Well, that's on the player. That's on the player to realize that, hey, this is professional sports. You haven't got the job done. That's plain and simple. It's not anything against Trey. He'd probably say the same thing. I haven't been good enough. Well, you can only go with that story or that so long before you need to make a change to make it seem and appear to the rest of the team like you're willing to do something about it.
Well, I also want to ask Kilam about something, and we're going to have him on in about 5 minutes now. I want to ask him about something Fajardo said yesterday, because I said, what's the biggest gap between your one win and teams that are winning more often? And he said, well, there's a lot of changeover on this team, and you got to gel. I want to say to Mark, I want to ask Mark, when does that stop being relevant? And I'm not going to put it this bluntly, but when are you just a bad team? Like, that's what scares me. When do they just not have the talent? They just can't put it together.
Well, I mean, Elks fans are holding out hope that Cody Fajardo, who's been around the league for a while, been around 11 years, has been on, he's seen teams come out. And he said, teams that get hot out of the gate are usually veteran teams that didn't have that much turnover.
Right.
Teams that take a little bit longer and then, as the season goes on, get more dangerous are the teams like the Elks with a massive amount of turnover.
Having said that, Calgary made significant changes.
They did.
And they're maybe the best team in the league if you did power rankings. So, yeah, we'll have Kilam on. We're going to ask him pointed questions. We're not bringing him on to fry him or attack him because we want to see what he says. So he's coming up in a couple minutes here. Here's the Coop.
Toronto and New York are underway in the bottom of the first inning. Toronto trailing 3-0. With the Jays up 4 games on the Yankees in the standings, they hold first in the AL East. And there's 7 other games live. Marlins leading the Padres in the third by a score of 2-0. Boston is down 2-0 to Philly in the second, while the Angels and Mets are runless in the first. And on the road, the Riverhawks battle the Apple Sox, opening a 3-game series. Edmonton at 9-3 in the second half of the season, good for first in the North Division. Tune into the action only on EST. All of our audio streams carry the game, which starts at 7:35. In the Octagon, Alexander Pereira and Magomed Ankalaev will rematch October 4th at UFC 320. Ankalaev defending his light heavyweight belt. Pereira losing it in early March. This sports update not presented by anybody, but we will be back with Elks head coach Mark Kilam on the other side of the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
The Oil Stream.
Yes, goaltending needed to be better. Again, Senior Boots, you're not listening. We're not sitting here saying they got there because of goaltending, but goaltending was a part of, they had back-to-back shutouts.
Hey, yeah, one guy had 3 shutouts in 4 games. The other guy went 7-0 until the Cup final when he started his first game and lost.
You can't say despite of goaltending. Yes. Goaltending won him some games.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Summer in Edmonton means 3 things: warm weather, long nights, and plenty of sports. From the lake to the links, you can boost your summer fun with hundreds of casino games, live betting on your favorite sports teams, and access to popular lotteries. All in one app, anywhere in the province. Download the Play Alberta app today and deposit $20 or more with promo code YAG50 to claim a $50 free bet. That's promo code YAG50 for a $50 free bet on us. Redeemable once per Play Alberta account. Remember, if you gamble, please use your game sense.
Avocado and feta dip, passion fruit cheesecake, and cocktails that taste like summer in a glass. Try the new feature menu at The Banquet. Refreshing, craveable, and made for sunny days. The Banquet. Get real. Play hard.
Hey Edmonton, ready to take advantage of lower rates and better pricing? South Fort Chevrolet in Fort Saskatchewan has you covered. From rugged trucks to sleek SUVs. And with over 40 years in business, you can trust that you're getting the best deal on your new ride. As the proud title sponsor of the Nielsen Show, EST listeners can drive a little to save a lot with South Fort Chevrolet's transparent pricing and down-to-earth sales team. Visit us today in Fort Saskatchewan or online at southfortchev.com.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino. Don't miss award-winning platinum country artist Jake Owen at the River Cree Resort and Casino, August 15th. Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement? Bet on it.
Tonight on Will It Store? 1 man, 6 bikes, and all the winter decorations still boxed up in the garage. Don't be that guy. Make space for summer with Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free at sentinelstorage.ca.
Thanks for joining us this afternoon. We really appreciate this next gentleman giving us some time as he's, one of the busiest guys in the city. He is the head coach of the Edmonton Elks. It is Mark Kilam checking in. Mark, you're on with Reid and Jay once again. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, fellas. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great. We really appreciate this. We know a head coach has a busy job and a busy life, and you have a lot of media demands. So thanks for making a window for us. So I'm going to cut the small talk and get right to it. Tough start to the season for the Elks when you look at the record. I guess in your mind, what's the biggest gap between you guys right now having 1 win and maybe having, 3 or 4 more where you'd like to be?
Let me just ask you this. Am I breaking up? Because you are totally breaking up on my connection here. I'm in my office.
Okay.
Maybe I got to go outside.
You sound perfectly clear to us. So,
okay, yeah, you sound better now, so I don't know if you just did something there, but okay.
Okay.
Paraphrasing what you just said, what you ask? What our biggest problems are? And
the biggest gaps between, 1 win and 3 or 4 wins, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we are we where we want to be 100%? No. We had shown some signs of growth throughout the first 3 games. Obviously we didn't get the results that we wanted, but we were getting better. And, then we took a step backwards in the 4th game. We've spent the time since then. That's what sucks about going on the bye is that you have to sit on that and sit with that for a week. But we spent the time since then, diving deep into attacking the problems, trying to find solutions into why our result is what it is. We've struggled on second down, both on offense and on defense. We need to make sure we stay on the field, and we have to get off the field on defense. We've got to get the ball back to our offense. They need to run plays. They need plays for their game plans to come alive. We need plays to be able to stick with the run game. There's a lot of different reasons into that, but that's what we've been spending our time on, trying to find solutions.
Okay, as you know, whether it's fair or not, fans and media spend a lot of time looking at the quarterback position. Can you tell us how you're approaching things with Cody and Trey in practice this week, and what will ultimately lead to your decision for a starter on Friday?
Yeah, I mean, we encouraged healthy competition with everybody on the active, or with everybody on the roster. We kind of said at the start of the week that we were, open to every position improving. And we've asked the guys to practice at a high level and compete with urgency, compete with energy. And that's what we've had. And we've had a couple really good days of practice. We're not there yet. We have to have one more and let the chips fall where they do.
We had Cody on the show yesterday, and I asked him that same first question I asked you about, what's the difference between your guys' record and having a better record. And he said there was a lot of turnover on the Elks, and it can take teams time to gel. And I think that's a fair answer. But I guess my question to that, Mark, would be, when is that no longer something you can fall back on? Like when have they been together long enough where you say, look, having new teammates isn't a thing anymore. We got to go get it done.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm there already. I mean, I don't ever feel like, was it new? 100%. Was it 3 different systems? 100%. Did we have to figure out what our guys did well within the structure of what we were asking them to do? 100%. Did those guys have to learn our terminology and the finer details? For sure they do. And that's an ongoing that's part of the progress you want to see every week. That learning should be happening throughout the season. So, I mean, I don't know. That's not really a big thing for me. I mean, we believe in certain things, and executing our plans a certain way. And when we don't achieve those goals, we usually don't get the result that we want. So, I mean, have we had turnover? For sure. Has other teams had turnover? Yeah. But I mean, we're trying to look at where we are and who's on the roster right now and how we can get better.
Elks head coach Mark Kilam joining us here on the Reid Wilkins Show. Mark, you got Jay here. Against BC in week 6, Justin Rankin and Javon Leake ran the ball 5 times. By all accounts, it would appear that you will have your original starting offensive line in place for this game Friday. Is there going to be a concerted effort to get the run game going early and often?
Yeah, well, I think it's Reid's mic, because you're crystal clear, brother. So okay. I can't hear Reid at all, but I can totally hear you. Yeah, I mean, we didn't have very many plays. I think we had 34 or 35 plays in that game, so it was difficult to get them going.
Fair enough.
Having Beardo back is our starting 5. We signed him for a reason. He has leadership. He brings leadership in the middle. He brings presence. He elevates the play of his teammates, and that's what all good football players do, and that's what he does in the middle. So I do think we'll be stronger. I think having a good run game plays well into what we do. I think our offense works better when we can run the football, and I think that's not a secret. But we've got to do a good job of getting a hat on a hat, being able to deal with the looks that we're seeing. The personnel that we're seeing from Saskatchewan and get some movement up front, no doubt. Okay.
Team Alberta just went out to the Canada Cup in Nova Scotia, and they beat Ontario to win the tournament. They beat them in overtime. This just happened, I believe, on Sunday. So
I heard that.
We got a picture up here and it's on YouTube, so I know you can't see it, but I know some people over at Football Alberta, Mark, and here we see a young Mark Kilam wearing jersey number 35. I got this from Tim Anger. You were the captain of the team in 1997, and you helped lead that team to a national championship. The reason I'm talking about it with you is I said it on Monday when we talked about the tournament, just how much memories those kids will have from that championship team. Talk to us a bit about that experience for you, Mark, and how that kind of molded your, the start to what was a great football career and now a great coaching career.
Well, the whole time you told that story, I had a massive smile on my face because I was having memories about that time. I'm still friends with guys that were on that team. I think one of the biggest things that stands out for me is, I played, you play against, you have your rivals that you play. So I was playing against like the Raymonds, and I had like a nemesis on that team. And then, we played on the South team, but we weren't really close. Then we get to Team Alberta, and we realized that we're, because you're staying together, you're living together for a week or however many days it was. I think Kim Inger had us practicing 3 times a day out in Beaumont, but we were practicing a lot. But you're staying with these guys, and you realize you're very similar. You're ultra competitors that have the same personality, and then you actually really get along with them, and they become your brothers because you have so much in common. So I think that was one of the main things that really stuck out to me. I remember like I got in like a shoving match with this guy from Raymond in a high school game. LCI Raymond, that's a massive rivalry. And
Comets, I hate the Comets, man.
Yeah, and then we became teammates, and it was like we were the same person. And I was like, well, that's why. But it was awesome. We went out. Ours was in Ottawa when we played, and it was an amazing experience. And we had a blast. We all went out to the bar underage after we won too, and it was awesome. So it was a great time. But I think big congratulations to everybody that was on that team. Those are memories that will last a lifetime, and I'm really, really happy that those guys got it done.
Mark, thanks for your time. I hope I'm coming through okay. Sorry, well, most people get sick if you listen to me after a while. So
no, you're clear now. I don't know what it was. I thought I might have to get out of my office. It's kind of like a bunker down in here. I haven't left in a while. I'm eating sunflower seeds and drinking energy drinks for my meals, so that's kind of how it's rolling.
Well, we know you're working hard to get a win against the Riders. All the best. Thank you for your insight this afternoon.
Hey, thanks, guys. Bye.
Mark Kilam's the head coach of the Edmonton Elks, so we got a few minutes with him. We appreciate him doing that because, he's coaches often work long days, and especially when the win total is stuck there at 1, I'm sure they especially have some long days. So quick takeaways for me. He knows they didn't run the ball a lot against BC. As he said, they didn't really run a lot of plays overall.
Fair point.
So that is an appropriate angle. I think they probably still could have run it more, but when you have the ball for 17 minutes, you're not going to have a lot of plays. The quarterback question, and we listened to the media scrum he did yesterday after practice. He gave us a very similar answer.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want to make it too much about those two guys. He said they want healthy competition at all positions. He didn't dive into, because he easily could have dove into Trey's performance and Cody's experience. He kind of, I thought, Jay, maybe I missed something, but I thought he kind of gave a general answer, an appropriate answer, but an ultimately general answer about a specific position, maybe to deflect.
Well, he has to, Reid.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not going to. And part of this is also gamesmanship. I mean, why would you give the Saskatchewan Roughriders an extra day to prepare for a quarterback? Because preparing for Cody Fajardo and preparing for Trey Ford is a different ball game. You have different tasks for your front four, for your linebackers, for your whole defense. So keep that close to the vest. Close to the vest. We figured that out yesterday.
There we go. Yeah.
But I feel as though you will see a little bit of a change tomorrow, because I also understand that you need to have your starting quarterback taking as many reps with the one team A prior to heading into that game. Now, that being said, Cody Fajardo's been in the league 11 years. So will he need as much time to get situated? Probably not. But what's your gut? What's your gut saying? I know it's putting you on the spot.
Well, Fajardo.
Okay.
Fajardo. Though I think he's a new head coach, right? He's hoping to be the head coach for a long time. I hope he is. I hope he's successful, and the Elks have given him as the coach for a decade, because we've seen them go through a bad. I mean, heck, the Oilers have been going through a good stretch, and they've still changed the coaches 4 or 5 times when they've been making the playoffs. So I think a coach has to. I mean, we talk a lot about culture and expectations. And you referenced this earlier, how other players would look at it. He has to say, Trey, it's not obviously your job anymore. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Well, sorry, not sorry. It's not obviously your job. No, I'm not going to come in and say it's not obviously your job. Right? but
I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
He has to show that to the other position guys too.
Exactly.
I'm going to treat you the same way as the weak side DB who might only get targeted twice a game. You're all responsible for doing your job.
Well, then I would defer to say if well, we could ask Dwayne Ford when we have him on tomorrow. That's somebody that's not in this market every day.
Yeah,
and say, what would you do? Because he'll give you an honest answer, and I bet you that answer is going to be to go to Cody Fajardo.
Yeah. And then again, it doesn't mean Ford's done, but it means the Elks have to play better. Well, I mean, if you're only as good as your last game, which is not something I necessarily believe, but if you're only good as your last game, the Elks would struggle to beat the Manitoba Bisons.
Who are the top teams in the CFL right now?
Calgary and Saskatchewan. And I'd still probably put Montreal third if I did power rankings.
And what's one of the strongest, or I guess, what's not a weakness on all those teams?
Quarterback play.
Exactly.
Right.
Now, watch the drop-off when
Davis
Alexander's
there's
not
a drop-off to
MBT goes
MBT.
in,
Yeah.
right? That's how important this position is in the CFL.
Right.
Because it opens up so much more of your playbook. And, I mean, you saw last week again in the loss to BC. They ran the ball 30 times against Edmonton.
Yeah.
They could have scored at will. They were eating the clock. And they couldn't stop them. So, but it does start with the quarterback, Reid. It does. And sometimes a change like this is more beneficial to the rest of the team than it is to the actual quarterback position.
Kilam referenced what you were talking about as well. He wasn't quite this blunt, but they suck on second down, both with and without the ball. I mean, didn't BC convert a 2nd and 17 in that game?
Yeah, maybe even longer, Reid.
On a screen pass.
On a screen pass.
Right, where they're almost saying, we'll try it, but we're probably going to get 10 yards and you'll tackle us.
Yeah. Nope.
And he didn't buy kind of what Fajardo said. Like, he said, we can't consider ourselves a new team anymore. We can't sit here and say, we're still gelling.
He can't, but Cody can.
I guess it's different for a player to say it. Yeah.
Well, and Cody's been on different teams too. Right?
Right.
So he's seen changes to teams and they bring in new people, new regimes. I mean, he went through that with Montreal.
Yeah.
Where they had a bit of a clearing out and it worked out in a couple years. So look, I just, it's not the end of the road for Trey Ford. I just think for this game here, you need to put your best foot forward and try and go out and get a W. I'm not saying try and keep it close, be competitive. Screw that.
No, they need to
get
win.
a win. You need a win, or this season is slipping away really
close
fast.
to being over.
Yes.
You can post in the Nasty Chat, of course, on YouTube. I want to read a comment from there in a second. You can also text us 780-218-9999. The afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino, home of the kitchen restaurant. All you can eat prime rib buffet for just $49.99 every Sunday from 4 to 10 p.m. Abuski says, what is Kilam supposed to say at this point until his team starts stringing together W's? There are no answers that will satisfy anyone involved with the double E. And I think he means the fans as well with that. Well, that's a fair comment because I'm sure, I don't know what kind of reaction you're getting on the afternoon inbox there for River Cree Resort and Casino, but I'm sure a fan could say, well, you say you're going to run the ball, but you've been saying that all year, and you've gone away from it at least a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there are some people saying, well, yes, second down's been a problem all year. When are you going to fix it? Like I would get the skepticism when they're 1-4. And again, 3 of the losses have been fairly lopsided.
James says, I like the cut of Kilam's jib. I like how he sounds when you guys interview him. I hope nothing but the best for him. That I feel is the general sentiment from this fan base is that he is a likable guy.
There's something relatable about him. I will agree with that.
Well, he's an Alberta kid. He played football at U of A. He played for Team Alberta in 1997 and won a Canada Cup. He's got a lot of connections here. But and I understand that you want to see the new guy that's been waiting for a head coach job to get his chance and succeed. But sometimes that process takes a little longer. And, but it starts with making tough decisions like this.
Right.
I think it's relatively easy. So we'll see how it ultimately goes.
When I say something like this, I want to be clear, because I know fans get mad sometimes, listeners get mad. Well, don't defend them, but I can only tell you what I see. I do think the attitude and thoroughness of the team has improved. The record hasn't. Some parts of the performance hasn't. But I mean, under Chris Jones, losing games in the fourth quarter, it doesn't look like sometimes who's supposed to be on the field, players that you didn't know why they were playing. For the most part, I don't think we're seeing that. And I even, Sherritt came on and said, we want to play with speed and violence on defense. I think players are trying to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they don't have the ability to do that. And I don't think and I'm not saying anybody is saying this, but I don't think Ed is free of criticism in this process either. And he might be on one of our shows this week as well. There are some players he selected and signed that haven't come through either. So, but I mean, when they're 1-4, it's not one area. I mean, I think the GM has to take some heat. I think the coaching staff has to take some heat. I think the players have to take some heat as well. But I do see, that comment on Kilam. I do see some attitude and culture related things that I think are a good step. I hope are a good step anyway.
Yeah, and everything he said is right, Reid. This team's not good right now.
No.
And the question is, when are they going to figure it out? Because on defense, they simply haven't figured it out. They're simply not good enough right now. And the amount of money they dumped into that defense, it's an issue.
But that's the biggest thing to me.
Yeah.
We thought that they might be capable of getting sacks and stops.
Half the D-line was from the 3/4 of the D-line was from the same team last year. And their coach.
And except Serezna, that's the only guy on the D-line. And it wasn't even a couple guys in the secondary that they signed. Was Regamba a new guy that they cut already?
Yeah.
So
Metier, Tyrell Ford. I mean, I will say this about Tyrell Ford. There is a reason, yes, that you have maybe not been hearing his name so much.
Throw it to him.
They're not throwing the ball his way.
Right. They know after he got 9. Did he get 9 picks last year? It was a lot.
Something like that. But that's to be expected.
So, but yeah, I mean, it's nice to talk about improvement and attitude, but I know at the end of the day, no one wants to sit in the stadium or on TV and be. Now, last game was again. Maybe I don't know, guys. Like, you can tell me, am I putting too much emphasis on last game because it was the most recent game? Am I forgetting? Hey, Reid, they looked like they were out of it against Winnipeg, and came back and tied the game.
Recency bias would suggest yes, maybe you are.
Maybe I am,
but that's why you got to play the games, and you got to see what kind of resilience this team has. Are they capable of bouncing back from an embarrassing performance? Are they capable? Do they have the wherewithal to make a tough decision this early in the season at the quarterback position? There's a lot of ifs right now. And I think that I certainly hope they can figure it out with their quarterback.
I hope so.
Because I think it needs to happen.
Well, because it starts there. If they have a presence at quarterback and can actually drive the ball, because let's face it, Ford can make spectacular plays.
Yep.
But again, I keep going back to this, against really good teams, he hasn't been able to do it. I know they moved the ball against Ottawa. I know they got some big plays against Ottawa. Ottawa might be worse than the Elks, quite frankly.
Well, Dusty said something. What did he say? He said Trey Ford can do really amazing things that not many quarterbacks in the CFL can do, but he can't do what most quarterbacks in the CFL do easily.
That's an amazing thing. It's like he's got the he's got the icing, but not the cake.
Good point. What kind of BS is that?
I don't know. Edmonton Sports Talk. Is Dusty here, by the way?
He's doing something.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, he probably just wanted to come in and play Tecmo. Edmonton Sports Talk presented by Play Alberta. You can skip the flight to Vegas because jackpots are just a tap away. Experience all the thrills of the casino right from your phone with Play Alberta. Download the app today and deposit $20 using the EST exclusive promo code EST Casino for a $50 casino bonus. All right, but we appreciate Mark Kilam coming on the show, and the Elks gearing up for the game Friday in Regina against the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Final segment, we'll have some laughs with the words of the day. Here comes the Coop.
MLB action has 9 games live. The Jays down 3-1 to the Yankees in the bottom of the second. There's one out for Toronto. Will Wagner on first base, Ernie Clement on second, and at bat is Nathan Lukes. Elsewhere, the Phillies hold a 4-0 lead over the Red Sox in the third. Angels going up 1-0 over the Mets in the second, while the Orioles trail the Guardians 2-0 in the fourth as well. And Riverhawks, they also play. They're on the road in Wenatchee for the first of 3 games against the Apple Sox. Catch the full game on any of EST's audio streams with first pitch at 7:35. And the headliner for UFC 320 has been announced. Magomed Ankalaev will clash with Alex Pereira to defend his light heavyweight title. Pereira losing the belt against Ankalaev in March. They rematch October 4th. On the court in the WNBA, there's one game live right now. Mystics up 15-3 over the Sparks. 4.5 minutes to go left in the first. After that, the Fever and Liberty tip off at 6 o'clock. The final segment of the Reid Wilkins Show brings us back after the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
EST Afternoons.
Edmonton Elks linebacker Nick Anderson defensively struggling a bit here through the first 5 games, giving up a lot of points. What do you assess that to?
Overall, the lack of execution, missed tackling, not getting guys on the ground before they get to the stick. It's just all fundamental things, and that's been the emphasis this week, is just clean up those fundamentals, and second down has been a huge point of emphasis.
EST Afternoons, weekday afternoons 1 to 3, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Your brand deserves more than just a whisper, it deserves a buzz. At the Hive Product Marketing, they specialize in promotional products that bring the buzz. From eye-catching giveaways to unforgettable keepsakes, they got the perfect products to make your brand stand out and get noticed. Visit the Hive Product Marketing and let them create the buzz your business deserves. The Hive Product Marketing, the official merch partner of Edmonton Sports Talk. Visit them online at thehiveproductmarketing.com.
Looking for a winning strategy for your retirement? Contact me, Joaquin Gage at K4 Financial, where expertise meets dedication. I will always look for a careful approach to your retirement, ensuring your financial future is secure. From tailored strategies to clear, actionable advice, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Don't leave your future to chance. Get in touch with me, Joaquin Gage, today at k4financial.ca or email joaquin.gage@k4financial.ca to start planning for a brighter future and a more secure retirement.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki as a ninja fighting off evil samurai.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
Thanks a lot for joining us this afternoon. Jason Milne, Reid Wilkins, Zachary Kubish in the banquet studio. Avocado and feta dip, passion fruit cheesecake, and cocktails that taste like summer in a glass. Try the new feature menu at the banquet. Refreshing, craveable. Don't laugh. and made for sunny days. The banquet. Get real. Play hard. What's so funny?
The way you pronunciated refreshing.
Refreshing. I think I can't even do it again. In the nasty chat, Smitty the Welder says, sorry guys, the Elks aren't a very good team. Well, you don't have to apologize to us.
Yeah, you're correct.
they certainly do not look very good. Kelvin says Ford has the, I assume he means Ford, has the intangibles but not the tangibles. That's interesting. Zulu says Stamps got the QB the Elks should have went after.
Fair point.
Yeah, interesting comment. Adams has been... Is Adams MOP right now? Or Bo Levi?
He'd be in the West for sure.
Or Lawler?
No.
Well, because you hate receivers.
Vernon... Vernon Adams and Bo Levi are doing some pretty incredible things. That Calgary team looks dangerous. And they look like they're having fun.
They give Dickinson Coach of the Year already.
Maybe.
Wow, that's too early for that. Friday night's game coming up. So, by the way, Dustin was just here. Ed Hervey on the Nielsen Show at 8:20 tomorrow morning,
okay.
Which is good. I want to hear what Ed has to say because Ed is a confident guy, and he doesn't like losing. And I think, I wonder if he's a little confused at some of the players he signed not performing. I'm not talking about Ford. I'm talking about some of the other positions. Maybe I don't know.
Probably annoyed.
Yeah.
That, all this talent that they gave a lot of money to, because that was the deal. Build from the inside of the interior, better O-line, better D-line, and build out from there.
Right.
Hasn't come to fruition yet.
Okay, 780-218-9999 is how you can text us, the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. If you're on YouTube and you haven't already, give us a thumbs up, smash that like button, quickly share the show with somebody else and say, hey, thumb these guys, and learn a couple new words with the words of the day.
The word of the day with Reid and Jay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
What do they got to say?
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you.
Let's find out.
English, do you speak it? Then you know what I'm saying.
Okay.
First, yesterday I did horrible. No.
Poorly.
Was
Awful.
that Monday? Oh, no, yesterday was Monday.
It was horror awful.
We should have a segment. What day of the week is it with Reid Wilkins? Okay.
Okay, you should do good here.
Possibilities.
You should do okay. I think you'll get both spelling.
I've generally been good at the spelling. Well, quite frankly, probably going back several weeks. Except Koob gave me a German word one day.
First word of the day: jettison. Jettison.
Oh, I know what it means. Yeah, you told me to trust myself.
Yep.
Jettion. And jettison means to expel quickly or with force, I think.
Expel, yes.
To expel. But it has to be a little more clear than that. Like, if I just said to expel, that's probably a half point. Maybe even 3/4. I don't know if it specifically has to be. Like, if I really wanted to get rid of something, I think I would say. Okay.
When you jettison something, you get rid of it, either because it's not needed or because it is impeding your progress or otherwise weighing you down.
Right.
So when you said get rid of it, that's the definition.
Yeah.
2 for 2, bro.
Like, Reid couldn't wait to jettison the cement block from around his foot.
You sicko. Second word.
What's sick about that?
You've got a dark mind. Second word of the day.
I'm not meaning that I'm swimming with the fishes.
What does that mean then?
I wasn't even thinking of that.
What were you thinking?
I was just thinking I'd be walking around with a cement block on one foot. But I wasn't thinking that I would be like the mobsters would be throwing me in the North Saskatchewan off
right,
the low-level
because everybody
bridge.
walks around with
No, I know they don't,
but
but I seriously wasn't thinking about that. If I was going to do that, I would have done a gangster bit. Like, hey, Wilkie, put that on there. That's my gangster voice, apparently.
Clearly.
All right.
Second word of the day. Exculpatory. Exculpatory.
Exculpatory. EXCULPATORY. Oh, I should know what this means. Exculpatory. Is this a legal term? Or it is a legal term, so I get like a 1/10 of a point for saying that. No? Okay.
You can still go to use it in a sentence, right?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll use it in a sentence because I probably won't be able to figure it out or remember it.
The DNA results from the crime scene were exculpatory, ruling out the accused as the perpetrator.
Can you read that sentence again?
The DNA results from the crime scene were exculpatory, ruling out the accused as the perpetrator.
Something so that it is something in a legal situation that proves someone's innocence.
The actual definition is tending to clear from a charge of fault or guilt.
Okay. So I more or less figured it out.
3.5 out of 4 ain't bad.
3.5 out of 4.
That's pretty good.
You're giving me a full point for the definition of jettison, even though I had to talk through it.
Yeah, we didn't go to the sentence.
Okay.
You did quite well. Just like you're about to jettison out of here.
We are about to jettison ourselves from the studio. Fun show, everybody. So tomorrow, Dwayne Ford from TSN scheduled to join us. More talk on the Elks and the Riders game coming up on Friday. Who knows what other fun we'll have. We're going to continue to move out of the office. I think we're getting some special helpers tomorrow. That'll be interesting. And Ed
I'll be at Elks practice, so
and
I
you're
won't
going to
be
Elks
here.
practice. Are you going to take a tape recorder?
Yeah, we're going to get some.
Jump in the scrum?
I'll be in the scrum.
Killam's going to be like, seriously? You're asking me questions?
What you say there? Killam, what you say
Have
there?
a little
huh?
press thing in your hat.
Cigar.
You're shouting at him. Oh, Mark, what's going on at the quarterback position there? Why would you say it? Why do you get that locked down? And 8:20 tomorrow morning, Elks GM Ed Hervey on the Nielsen Show with Dustin and Lieutenant Eric. On behalf of Zachary Kubish and Jason Milne, I'm Reid Wilkins. Have a great evening.